Hello? Hello? Oh no, it's not working properly. Professional streamer, hang on. just wait. Just wait, it gets good, just wait. Why isn't my shit working? Hang on. Stream hasn't started yet, you're still in the starting soon. With Stream Deck. We started Stream Deck. We starting. I don't even know if my voice changed at all. Just give me a sec, just wait. Just wait. We're waiting. Wait, Chan. Drink the Waiterade. Why would it break now? What is happening, dude? Load. Okay, it's not that. Bring me back to clean. Restarting voice mod. Okay, testing. Hello? Testing. Testing. La la. Why is my thing not working? Okay, my eyes are not working. Why are my eyes not working? Just give me a minute. Just wait. It's gonna be a super good screen or stream. Hang on. Hang on. Dude, I swear to God, everything was working before this. Why would it reset anything? Oh, that even be an option available to it? Okay, select microphone. Testing. Testing. Okay, that works now. Voice.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Why can't I hear myself? Why is the hear myself button not working? Voice mod needs to be running. Voice mod is running. Okay, then it's Stream Deck again. Listen, we're gonna have to figure out this shit before I can continue, alright?
What are
Reclusive.
you doing,
This man is more
Stepbro?
dangerous than he seems.
Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Just let me cook. Thank you for the follow. I'm not yet able to see or perceive who followed yet, but I greatly appreciate you during this time of need. That was the this dopamine that I needed in order to carry myself over my own self-imposed finish line. Hey, listen, fuck it, we'll do it live, right? Testing. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're gonna start over. We're gonna start over. None of the last 3 minutes and going have counted. We're all going to pretend as if we're starting live right now, okay? Just give me this. Okay, hang on. Hello? Is anybody out there? Is it just me in this cave? I don't want to eat hot dogs anymore, especially not cold and fresh out of the package. Is that a light? Are there other humans here?
Prepare to die.
Hey everybody, it's me, Stoic-chan, the #1 double-decade-old MMORPG thief, mid-50 thief player on Horizon. How you doing? We got an action-packed one for you today. We're gonna be searching on Thief, aka we're going to blow through at least 45 minutes of not getting picked up. Because there's about 1,000 other thieves, and no matter how convincing your search comment is, it does not guarantee that you're gonna see any action, at least for a bit. But we're gonna be playing Xenosaga while we wait. If we are lucky or unlucky, depending on how much you like Xenosaga, we might get picked up within about 3 minutes, which did happen to me once, if you can believe it, on flagging as thief. All right, let me see. Hero bashing me, hero bashing me, hero bashing me, IC bashing me, hero bashing me, NoobTuber, L bashing me. Except for people who spend points, they will get those points back. We can build a party and I can go with. What level is your dragoon? 52. Kind of an awkward level to be at. Allegedly, there is a party between 52 and 54 in Sea Servant Grotto, but I don't trust the fact that it lists 53 to 56 Sahagin, aka the slippery fish people, in its calculations for for experiencing mobs. Capital Tunnel might be okay. How much is your TNL? How much is your TNL? No, we can make this happen. Don't go. Don't leave me. Don't go. Don't leave me. Al, I cannot believe that you were not followed. Cannot believe this shit, man.
What are you doing, step bro?
Oh, my emeralds! Oh! Oh! What is your TNL, man? Yeah, but with you, I have high expectations. With DA, that's just like his state of being. That's why, you know, when he was like, "Hey, bud, can we paladin together?" And I said, "I'm sorry, my mom doesn't let me play with trash." And then I gave him a big old frowny face. That's not true. I do feel bad, and I do regret that he didn't pick up DA when I could have played paladin with him before. 1700 of 9k. That should be fine. Do you have a ring or like the experience ring charge? Because we could do Kuftal Tunnel. It would be easier if you were 53. However, I think that the actual range that it suggests is a little bit lower than it actually means. So we can find like a 53 or 54 sync and it should be fine. Okay, then I will pick you up if it's all the same to you. Unless you really want a solo, do not let me peer pressure you. Kuftal should be okay, only the 63 crabs might be a little annoying. First time chatter, Chris Leon, how you doing? I hope that you are doing great on this wonderful pre-Friday. Tomorrow's my birthday. How exciting is that? So we're going to be streaming for a little bit longer than normal because I, you know, wanted to show mercy on myself and give myself tomorrow off. All right, I will pick you up, Hero. You have this moment to object or forever hold your peace. Does not look like you're online, so you might, you know, it'd be pretty hard to invite you if you do not happen to be online. See, Cal. Maybe I just spelled your name wrong. I think I just butchered your name. I don't know what I typed before. What did I type before? I I wrote Cal I am instead of Cal. Wait, no, that is your name. Why didn't it? Oh, it's because I didn't do C. Oh, dude, I know how this game works, man.
Hello? Is this Among Us? Imposter? Is this the imposter from Among Us?
The consummate professional. Where are we going? We're probably going to be going to Kuftal Tunnel, which is a semi-popular spot, but there are so many spawns, an unusually high number of spawns in that cave, that it's probably going to be a non-issue finding a spot. Let's do a cursor check to see. There is one party there. I am not concerned at all about finding a spot, but we're going to do our due diligence and scout out the camp ahead of time before we start inviting. It would be smarter, but you know, I'm not like a mage, so like canonically I should be too dumb to do this. It would be smarter for me to invite ahead of time, knowing that there's going to be only one party waiting for me. But maybe the camp that I want, the camp that I would prefer, the camp that I, you know, historically have used is not taken, or is taken. And besides, it's not like a race. This game is all about the journey more than it ever has been about the end game. Somebody shouts way in the back, what end game? Basically like going to some kind of, I don't really know what the lore is, but it's going to some kind of like dream world, not El Tepa. The closest outpost, which you may or may not have, is Volbo, which is in Cape Terrigan, which you can reach by going to Western El Tepa OP, or Eastern El Tepa OP, going to Western El Tepa, and then Cutthel Tunnel is going to be at the very top. And then you can find your way to me from there, if that's easier. Otherwise, if you don't have words and phrases, the English language is hard. It's failing me. Computational aspects of my brain are struggling a little bit. You can go from Bastock to Gustav Tunnel, or Koroloka Tunnel, rather, forgive me. Not Gustav. You don't want to go to Gustav. And then to Eastern El Tepa, and then to Western El Tepa. Do you have El Tepa Crystal? That's probably going to be easier on you. Rushing a game on Era is honestly a terrible play if you like the game, because you'll get sad at how poorly designed it is. I'm not... I need to start crossing some of that stuff off of my bucket list, because on retail, I treated it basically like Second Life, but with RPG mechanics involved sometimes. It was only until I got onto Eden that I started to take the game pretty seriously, but before I could, I'm an idiot. I'm a prep. I know that these things aggro to sneak, and that Invisible wasn't gonna do anything. This is just a test for everyone out there to, you know, gauge whether or not I was gonna catch hate. And you fucking pass. What a champ, all of you collectively. I'll do an El Tepa Crystal breaking party for a second. Okay, that's fine. I will see you in a moment, sir. I will see you in a uno momento. Oh, you're probably gonna be warping back. I was gonna make it a whole joke that when you left, I was gonna be like, okay, we have to get like an actual, like a real Dragoon player. But you know, it can't be funny all the time. It's it's an unreasonable target. 5 minutes. I love that for me. You all have watched Gundam, right? Gundam Origins, the original Gundam series. I was listening / half watching the entire 079 series on Crunchyroll while I was working, because, you know, why would you work when you could be watching or listening to an 80s anime? And it was okay. Definitely better than I expected, and certainly made tolerable by the English redub done, I believe, in like 2000. Because I'm trying to follow, rather, the suggested timeline for watching Gundam based purely on a suggestion list by a YouTuber called Bonsai Pop. If you just type in the words Gundam Bonsai Pop, you'll see pretty much the first result. All right, let's see if this party is around here. I imagine that they are. These guys are hunting robber crabs, presumably for the key, or if they're bored, that's also an option. Love that guy's crown drip. You started with 80 and 83. It recommended the Origins series. Like, I wanted to see like as close to like the actual events and how they pan out over the course of the universal century, as it were. And I'm glad I did not watch what is apparently a movie set a little bit further on called Char's Counterattack, because it's like, it says Gundam Origins, and then, okay, this is a good spot here, although I hate for me that this individual is soloing, it doesn't even matter just because of the sheer number of robber crabs here. This is a good spot. There's also robber crabs on the other side. They don't really climb in here any further. So we have a DD and we have the puller. So we're gonna start filling blanks now. And while people are on their way, for the Xenosaga fans that are chomping at the bit and frothing because I didn't fulfill my promise, just give me a minute. Okay, just give me a minute.
Oh, my emeralds!
I promise you the Xenosaga is coming. Let's look up 55 to, or 53 to 54. There's only Beastmasters and another Thief. I love that for me. But we can sync if we really need to. 50, let's try 52 to 55. And see if there's any individuals in there. Yet more Beastmasters. A Warrior and, and a Thief. There's a Black Mage there. We'll be able to make this work regardless of what the circumstance is. It's not going to take very long. Especially if we sync to 55. Because that's going to be... Actually, that should be fine. That should be totally fine. And then once Hero gets to 53, then we'll be able to resync to him and then see how the experience behaves after that. It might even be preferable to start at 55. And I've got basically the entirety of my level to go before we level up to 56, and experience might become a problem. If anything, you know, killing things more speedily might make the difference. So let's do 54, no, 53, 63 sync and search for that. There is a ninja right there. What about this paladin? It might actually be preferable to have the ninja. Level sync 53 tilde to let them know that we might be thinking of syncing around there. 53 to 55, do you need it? Position, Cuffle Tunnel. And we'll also reach out to this, never mind, this red mage is taken. There is a summoner here, and as we all know, summoners can definitely function and be fine as a main healer. Somebody wrongly screams in chat, why would you consider getting a summoner as a main healer? Because what are they gonna do with all that MP anyway, man? What are you gonna do? Blood Pact? Get real. Alright, the summoner is on board. Below. Building from scratch. Building from scratch. Maybe a minute. Level sync 53 to 55. Party, do you need it? Position. Cuffle Tunnel. Any job is fine. And we will also toss that into our other link shell. And then we wait. We're gonna give a chance for all and sundry to respond to our link shell rung Bell of Gondor to see if anyone wants to come to our aid. If not, that's okay.
I can smell you.
I will be able to make do. With any luck at all, we're going to be able to spot and acquire a healer of some description. And there's always the option of me finding a comfortable place and going to fuck myself.
Another day, another slave. Period.
As always an option. It's been at least 30 seconds since the Bell of Gondor was rung. And no one is coming. Let's rerun the search and see if anyone else has appeared. If not, then we'll expand our horizon a little bit. There is a red mage here. Hello, level sync 53 to 55. Do you need it? Position Cuffle Tunnel. Forgot where it was for a second. That would have been really stupid. And we'll also reach out to the summoner. Level sync 53, 55. Do you need it? Position Cuffle Tunnel. I mean, summoner isn't such. I know the argument, dude. I get the argument that summoners should not be considered true main healers But at the same time, if I don't treat them like a core healer, then they get fit into like this support class type headspace in the partition of my brain where all the different class roles go into. They do have great burst damage, and they do supporty stuff. Haha, my streamer said doo-doo. That's if these guys even... Okay, thanks for the offer, but I'll have to pass. Okay. All right, he does not... the summoner is not interested in getting picked up. Has no search comment, so, you know, good luck to anyone else that's trying to invite him in order to determine, you know, what his expectations or parameters are for joining. They're good if a black mage is in the party can just spam skill chains +1. When I get invites on my 20 summoner, I get asked a few times to DD, and I was like, really? Mentally? Like, double punch fucks, like, super hard, right? And they have great support stuff, presumably later on. Like, spring water, of course, is like an automatic... it's an automatic smiley face, for lack of a better way of putting it. You know, when the whole team, the A team, gets refreshed simultaneously, regardless of like what the total end result of MP is. Around 50 summoner is sick for melee burns. The Rama and Thunder on everyone is a really nice touch if you are very melee focused. They do a lot of really cool stuff. That is for sure. The red mage has not responded, and the summoner is not interested. There's about 2,000 paladins on, which is shocking, to be honest with you. Unsurprisingly, there is a shortage of healers, if only because, you know, if you're a healer, why would you go for a conventional party when you could just, you know, sit back, relax, take a pint, and at the Winchester, wait for all this to blow over while you're doing like a burn of some description? We will 5363 invite, and if there's no new meat on the bones that is this party list, we will expand our... We will cope expand... We'll cope expand our search a little bit further. 5365 inventory, please, I beg you. Anyone out there? Can you hear me? Anyone? It's just a morsel of... Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe the red mage will come back to his computer. I don't think it's BM, so to speak, to hope and trust that if somebody puts up their flag, that they are at least within sound distance of them receiving a whisper. Maybe I mean that said, as the words were leaving my mouth, I understand. I get that if you're like a red mage or like a paladin, you definitely have license to just, you know, casually make your way back and feel reasonably assured that after your tendies in your hot pockets are out of the microwave, that you're going to be able to just slide into the DMs of a party at will. Haste is the best buff in the game. Yeah. Is there any difference between the haste buff that Garuda gives you and the regular haste, like in terms of duration or effectiveness? I know that spring water is a little bit less effective in some way than the OG single target refreshes. Do another cope refresh. I wonder what this summoner is looking for. I'm interested enough to ask out loud on stream in front of a live studio audience, but not enough to like ask him like what it is that he's looking for. I suppose that's what the search comment functionality is for. It may be a minute. The healers I found are AFK or not interested, with no explanation. If I can't find a healer in 10-15 minutes, Asri, don't feel obligated to wait around if you'd rather break and reflag. They're both a flat 15% haste, and that's fucking nuts, dude. Maybe he's looking for love in all the wrong places. That's true. I made the mistake. I made the mistake when I reached out to him that I did not include a smiley face. If there's anything that I've learned from the copious amounts of research that I put onto a USB drive and plugged directly into my brain, humans fucking love it when you smile at them. They love it when you smile at them and you never break eye contact the entire time. It's an optional thing to do. You do not have to do this, but they also find it pleasant when you loudly smack your lips together. Apparently the popping noise reminds them of when they were like newborns or something.
Tortured and reclusive.
and
This man is
they're
more
like
dangerous
released
than
from
he
like their
seems.
mother's teat, and so they associate with you like on a psychological level as if you're their mother, right? I mean, I might just be spitballing here, but I'm pretty sure that I have that down pat. Thank you for following, Kantudi. I appreciate it. 1,000 blessings and pogs upon your house. I used to do professional translation, and smiley face email endings is like a professional courtesy in that industry. It's kind of funny. Bunch of moms organizing international translation. That's funny to think about, but it is like a universal language. All right, so the ninja is content to stick around at least 10 to 15 minutes. Hope search me. I think I saw another red mage in the list. Nope, that's my brain trying to insert information where there are blanks. About 1,000 we could get like 3 paladins. Like, has anybody ever attempted that before? With their powers combined, they should basically be like 1 white mage, right? I know that we won't get very much in terms of like experience an hour, but half the party would be functionally unkillable for at least 60 combined seconds. So that would be good, right? You know, you can't get experience if you don't live. Am I right? Oh man.
Yes, I am growing stronger. Yes, I am growing very strong.
My knowledge is expanding. I'm starting to think outside the box. It's like I'm in that giant white room in the original Matrix with what's his face? Don Corneo from like Final Fantasy VII. I think that he was there, and like Neo could choose any gun that he wanted. Except in this case, the guns are my knowledge base. I'm starting to see, I'm starting to see through the code. I'm starting to see what's possible, man. Era plus. That plus may as well be tattooed on my brain right now. What are you talking about, Sepro? I don't know. I was hoping that you would tell me. Let me see if this. Maybe the red mage wants to feel as though he's being pursued. Like it might be a thing where he may not want to want it until he feels as though you don't want him, and then he wants you afterward, right? Like one of those old songs and dances. So maybe if I act really tsundere towards him, he will join the party then, because he wants to get close.
Doing, step bro?
He wants to get close enough to XP, right? But he wants to feel wanted, and he wants to have power in this unspoken, indirect relationship that we have. It's kind of like I'm not even gonna follow that chain of thought, man. I don't know where that was gonna go, but I'll reach out to him one more time. 50 level, saying 55 or 53 to 55. Do you need it? Position. Tuftle tunnel. Smiley face. Eh? Smiley face. There he goes, dude. It's guaranteed this time. I betcha. He's gonna answer. He's gonna answer, dude. He's gonna answer, and then we're all set. This is streamer luck, dude. Streamer luck, man. We're rolling the dice, and it's weighted. It's a weighted dice, man. There's no way he's gonna turn this down. The smiley face will clutch it. Yeah, dude, you gotta believe.
I am what the humans call thick.
You gotta believe, man. Smiley face. It's never let me down, except for all the times that it's let me down, but let's not talk about that. If we don't hear anything from this individual, then we will boot up Xenosaga. And then I'll do a repeating scan like you do in High Fleet right before the enemy finds out where you are and then sends every available escort to you, and then you nuke them, and then they send literally every nuke available in their arsenal to you. If you know, you know. IYKYK. Come on, man. It's my pre-birthday, dude. just give it to me. Just give me what I desire. Come on, man. This is an automatic get. I'm a thief. I've got a tank. The Dragoon is there. Ready to stab. IPOG, UPOG. Maybe if I get like 3 black mages. That could functionally constitute as a main heal. It would definitely work better than 3 paladins would. That's for sure. I mean, this Taru, like, maybe if he subbed white mage, he'd actually be like he'd basically be like a cleric class, right? I don't know if cleric classes in traditional D&D are hand to hand or use hand to hand. Like, there's only one way to find out. Maybe there's like a hidden era plus trait that they have that randomly makes one of their next heal spells more effective than normal. I'm not gonna give that guy the pleasure of being reached out to 3 times. All right, it's gonna have to be Xenosaga, man. I'll periodically check behind the scenes. All right, enter game player, music off, resume game. Okay, so if you're not familiar with what this is, or where we are, or what's happening, or what that thing is, this is Xenosaga, an early 2000s sci-fi turn-based RPG that has lore spanning literally thousands of years, and we are on a ship that is hauling some kind of like Jesus symbol, that like Jesus relic that does a big suck on people that get too close to it. And these things called the Gnosis, which are functionally unkillable alien ghosts, are trying to get to it for unknown reasons. It's basically the plot of the Final Fantasy movie, the 3D one that got panned but was actually better than it seemed. It would help if I turned on the controller. You hear one of the Square Enix executives wants to remake Xenogears? Fucking good, dude. Do something with the license instead of just peddling out the $150 model kits that I feel compelled to get but can't reasonably get myself to get because they're $150. Like, do something with the license if you're gonna hold on to it. Otherwise, sell it to Nintendo. Like, they're increasingly more open to that shit, right? Okay, that Realian has lost all the grape jelly in his system. I gotta get away from here before the Gnosis notice me, senpai. The Gnosis fucking hate gates. They don't know what to do with them, dude. They're like, is it a doorway? Is it a hallway? Who knows? I would love to actually finish the series. It was supposed to be 6 total games. Xenogears, and I actually have as one of like my Christmas gifts, I got an English reprinted version of Xenogears Perfect Works, which is like the original lore book for it. It was very expensive. It was like $150. But that's the thing, is that it's not like those are it's not like it's gonna be reprinted, right? It's like a fan English translation reprint of this like 200-page book that tells you everything that has happened in the universe. And it's like 6 acts. You're right. It's like 6 acts worth of lore spanning literally thousands of years. And they were originally trying to make Xenosaga into a 6-parter, but ended up only making 3. So they slow rolled the first game, which is good because, you know, I love everything about it, right? And so did many others. Xenosaga 2 was basically like the great value brand version of Xenosaga 1, and that it had a lot of really questionable design, voice acting, and visual differences in it. We're gonna save here because there's a save point. And we're gonna save in 2 different slots, and we're gonna run a copium research to see if there's any red mages or white mages out there. There's not. We're good to keep gaming. I do feel comfortable that if the ninja wants to break for any reason, that we'll be able to comfortably pick up a tank. The tank's not the problem. Typically it is. But for once, it's not going to be the problem. I don't know where to go. Are you okay, ma'am? You seem to have spilled all of your grape jelly. I never thought that these monsters would exist. They really do exist. There's so many of them. Xenosaga 3 was much, much higher. With quality, or much higher quality, almost on par, if not on par, if not more on par, than Xenosaga 1 was. But they also had to rush about 3 games worth of lore into a single game. So, you know, it was like Xenosaga Gears. Oh my god, dude, Xenosaga Gears, what the fuck? What am I talking about, dude? I'm thinking about finding a healer while I'm playing and streaming. Enjoy this cutscene.
Cosmos is starting up in auto mode.
Like, Square Enix was like, it's not making COD money, so pull it. So it created like this Xenogears 2 type situation where at least in part, the reason why the last of the games, or the game, was super rushed. It's just super rushed, either in part due to like a lack of funds or what have you. It's just like an executive somewhere just tried to pull the plug. I would love if they actually finished the series. Yeah, because Xenogears is technically the last act, if I remember the lore correctly. And they fucking, like, spoilers for like a 20-year-old game, right? That's old enough to vote. But they did have characters. They did have characters that crossed over very obviously into this game from Xenogears. Now, they're supposed to be spiritual references and not literal references, according to one-off times that I've tried to look into it. But there's a lot of crossover in terms of lore, man. Themes and lore, I mean. You ever play Star Ocean till the end of time? Perhaps one of my greatest mistakes in this lifetime is not partaking of any of the Star Ocean series. And at my extreme loss, if only because I don't know what the magician chick who's like borderline the reason why the game would be like M-rated, walking around with nothing but like a checkerboarded onesie that gives simultaneously like under boob and side boob and top boob, but without actually showing you anything, in Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness. You know the one. Have you played Integrity and Faithlessness? Do you know what I'm talking about? The character, the witch, I guess, that has like, I mean, she's super hot, right? She can flaunt it, right? She can flaunt what her magician mama gave her. And as pitiful as it is, my lizard brain, lol, word wrong, is informing me that I would play it if only to understand what that chick is about, what that specific character was about. I know that the rest of the game is banned, so it arguably would not be worth my time if I had sought it out. Okay, that red mage is still seeking, even like 10 minutes later, still has not come back to their computer. I love that for me. I guarantee you it's one of those situations where they're like, yeah, sorry, didn't realize that my flag was up. Motherfucker, you don't see the green exclamation point next to your name, man? Fior, that's right. That's right. Fior de Rocher, or whatever the chocolate is. the chocolate that's like more expensive than it should be, that you can still buy in like any convenience store, that has like the little nut particles in it. Not that kind. Maybe that kind. I don't know. I don't make the product. Okay, we made the mistake last time of not saving after a long cutscene like that. Never again. Maybe one day I'll figure out like what the shortcut is to save state. It's not today. The Dragoon is BRBing and swapping to his desktop. If we fuck up this next section, then we will save state right before this. I am not a purist. I do not give a shit about only using exclusively. Maybe if we lure him over here. No, that doesn't make sense because I have to walk where he is. And I also can't kill them. If you're wondering why I don't just fight the Gnosis, it's because as of yet, I have no means at my disposal in order to make him fuck off. So for some reason, we can go down here. I don't believe that we can push. Come on, come over here. I don't think we can push this block. I don't think so anyway. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to push the block or what. Maybe I can lure him over here and then bob and weave around him, but even that doesn't make sense because I'm not supposed to be able to kill him. Okay, come on. I might be able to run past him. I don't know. Maybe we run all the way to the right. Uppies. Do you want uppies? Okay, I don't think he's gonna be going any further than that. We might be able to use our quote-unquote stealth mechanics to sneak by. We shall see. You cannot see me. You can see me? Okay, it's an automatic death.
Here we go.
So we need to resave. You can't run from fights either. So once you're fucked, you're fucked. It seems so pitiful to want to look at a guide already, especially because when this game came out, I was like a little baby. I was like a little baby robot man. And I got past this section. I beat this game, so you know, older and wiser, right? I should be able to make it by. Can I just push these? I cannot. Can I just push this? No? What about this? There has to be something up here that helps me. Any Xenosaga enthusiasts in chat know what the... Are you kidding me? I mashed on this before, right? What the fuck is this? Can I give him the big suck? Override the protocols, please. I pressed on that green button like 8,000 times, dude. I swear to God. Okay, do it to him. Is he gonna get sucked out? Ooh!
Whoa, what do we have here?
Dude, you love those JPEG stars? So do I. When the JPEG stars hit just right. That was a pretty gamer move, wasn't it? Please clap. We're officially progressing. There's an individual down here who almost certainly has either shot themselves or spilled all their grape jelly. You're the one we play tag with. Listen, there's a connection gear plugin in the AGWS hanger, or the AGS hanger. You can fire small amounts of destructive agents with it using the connection gear's transmission function. So he's basically telling me that I have an exploding gun that I can use to open that up. Which I do remember. Sure I did. No flow, always got my back. Okay. We'll go to the hangar. I cannot get to that treasure chest, there's no way. Pause champ. We're gonna pause this right here. I'm gonna do another courtesy search. Continuing to search for healer. That summoner is still looking for party, big surprise. Ooh, there might be one right there. Hello. Level sync 53 to 55 party. Do you need it? Possible tunnel. And let's look to see if there's any backups for you. There's a possible backup for you in the form of a summoner. Assuming that they're interested and they're just like, thanks for the offer, but I have to pass. With no explanation. Ooh, dude, we got it. Let's go, man.
Boy slim thick, skinny legend.
They said yes. We're one step closer to partyitude. Hello. Building from scratch. May be a sec Fim. And now we have choices. We could grab the summoner again. I don't know if anything summoner-wise, Blood Pact-wise, can combo with Viper Bite, but if we can make it happen, we will. Just so that Callium, aka Hero, I'm sorry if I like digitally doxed you there, is gonna want to use like Penethrust, so we want to make that a possibility for him if we have the choice. Low level sync, 53, 55 party. Do you need it? Position comfortable tunnel. Party command add Callium. I take Penethrust or a proper group and burst. May have acquired. Okay, he was invited. The summoner has not replied to us yet. That's fine. We don't necessarily need a summoner. And thankfully we have a ninja tank, so that the paladin isn't like the last one that I had, or one of the last ones where I had, where he was like, just to be real with you, if ads are starting soon, by the way. I'm a Twitch affiliate. Twitch forces all affiliates to run ads. They're 90 seconds on average. Just bear with me, and I'll see you after the break. Let's reach out to this Black Mage, level sync 3, 5, party. You need it. Position couple tunnel. Your name's David? You told me that it was Fantasia. What the heck? Dude. What is this? Oh, we got the K. we got a single letter response that's always, you know, comforting and reinforcing emotionally when we get the single letter K in response. Hello. 53 to 55. Let's try to search for a backup sync if possible, just in case one of us disconnects. Okay, maybe not. We'll get a damage dealer, some description. See all 3, 5, inv. Okay, I literally just did that search. I don't know what I was expecting. 63. Does it really matter what we grab now? Does it really matter? What about this warrior? Warriors are pretty easy. I would grab the monk, but there's nothing monk-wise that combos easily with the typical thief weapon skills that you would want to aim for. Low level sync, 53, 5. Party, do you need it? Position comfortable tunnel. And while everyone is on their way, we will be sussing out a skill chain that should work for all and sundry. And if it doesn't, then people can just do whatever the fuck they want. And we'll play Xenu Saga after we're finished with that. Alright, we got the shore. Ooh, we got a whole party, dude.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Whoa. Alright, Xenu Saga, we're gonna put you on ice for a moment while we suss out the skill chains and such. And lower the intra-game player toggle. Exit out of this. Okay. Now, hopefully, this is not fuck up. If it does, there's nothing that I can do about it because I haven't figured out what way to make it play nice after it starts deciding to be the way that it is sometimes. But this should work. We'll turn music back on just for thematics. Browser show toggle. What is it? What's the range? The minimum that we're looking for? 52. The warrior's asking what the preferred sub is. Any that you personally like most is fine. Rashara, let me know what weapon you like using most. Any is fine. What weapon and WS you like using most. Any is fine. Just thinking of SEs. 52. So this is an ancient website. magitecarmy.com/skillchain.php. It is a godsend, has been, probably always will be, for as long as Altana herself deems that this glorious website is going to be online. You know, and also maybe like the person that made it paying the host is probably also going to help too. But while Horizon has changed the elements for reasons I still do not understand, maybe somebody in chat can help me make it make sense. Some of the weapon skill elements have been changed. So the only way of knowing if a skill chain is going to work or not is using a add-on called Chains that tells you, based off of what weapon skill has been used and what weapon you have equipped, if any of your weapon skills are going to like gel or not with that weapon skill that's been used before you, and what kind of element it's going to make. At least 90% of the elements are intact. Most of the issues that I've seen have to do with some of the scythe elements changing and a good number of the axe elements changing. Everything else seems to be, for the most part, in place, uninhibited. I got great axe, polearm, and probably can get a great sword as well. You can, if we're 52, probably great axe. All right. They evidently do not have any preference at all, which does not help in the context of me trying to suss out a skill chain that works well between the two of us, but that's fine. I don't think I get Dancing Edge yet. Let me look it up. Dancing Edge, classic. What level is it? 60? I do not. It is Viper Bite then. So what I love most about this skill chain calculator is that I can choose what weapon skills I wanted to base its calculation around. Okay, apparently it's just Viper Bite Stormwind with a water element. That fucking sucks real bad. That sucks. That sucks real bad. What about Axe? Axe isn't much better. Spinning Axe. Everybody loves Spinning Axe. The good old Spinning Axe. The ninja can do stuff, right? Ninjas are pretty accurate, right, L? If you're still there, if you're even still there, I don't know. Ninjas are hella accurate, man. If that's the case, Blade Ren, Viper Bite, Bob's your uncle, and then I can just adapt. Everything on this server makes distortion, which is fine, if only because like 90-95% of the bread and butter mobs that most people seem to XP on is weak to at least ice, right? I don't even know when the last time that I deliberately tried to make fusion actually applied to the monster weakness. Like maybe fucking Gooboo and Mandragora, and like what else is weak to fire? Nothing. If the ninja is good as this level, their TP rate will be bad. If they're mediocre, their TP rate would be good. Choose your challenger. Oh, we didn't even see if the summoner was gonna... We have a summoner, right? Checking. I know what my own party composition is like. No, there was no summoner. That was me cope inserting false memories in my own brain. Very good. Okay, it's gonna have to be the thief then. Because I want Callium to be able to use Penethrust freely. And I have no intersectionality with, if that's even the right word. Apparently that's what my brain fed to me, so you know, and it's like no interposing. values with the warriors, so we're just gonna have to. What the fuck does intersectionality mean? Somebody educate me. It's evening on a Wednesday. Please help your streamer. The warrior can't do anything for me. I could basically set up for him, but I don't necessarily need to. That's the thing, is that I'm getting set in this self-imposed mindset where I have to close. I don't have to close. But what's a ninja gonna be doing with their TP anyway? Nothing? Blade techie? What are they gonna do? Blade G? So we want to make some use of their TP. Okay, I'm starting to rationalize it. He's starting to cook. He's starting to believe. I had a lot of folks ask me to participate in SCs, and I'm over here casting like 50-60% of the time, between 40 and 60. That's the thing, is that if this ninja is a tryhard, he's gonna be elemental wheeling the whole time. In which case, we'll adapt, and I'll be like, hey, listen, I'm just gonna wait until the warrior has TP, assuming that they're using Great Axe after all, because they gave me like 4 choices when I asked, what is the specific weapon that you like using the most, and the weapon skill that you like, that you prefer personally, and he was like, I don't know, Lamau, here's 4 choices. Which, like, I checked under Axe, and I checked under Great Axe, and the answer was Viper Bite, Sturmwind, pretty much. So if it is the case, we'll play it by ear. If the ninja is elemental wheeling, and we're rapidly outpacing them, and if the warrior is accurate enough to get TP at like a steady click, then we'll be fine. I'm gonna be eating bream sushi, so my accuracy should be like 90+%, especially out of 55 against like possibly 60 to 63s. So I'm gonna be generating TP like crazy on paper, but we have the basic framework of a plan, and that's good enough. So we'll hide the browser. Skill chain, if up to it, which they should be because we have a black mage, so we can actually capitalize on it. Blade Rin, Azri, into Viper Bite, Stoic, Ice, Water, MB. If the war and I are pretty close in TP gen, we can Viper Bite Sturmwind instead, which is also fine. It doesn't, because we're plus 50 and I have criticals on my trick attack anyway, I don't care. It's not even a pride thing for me to do like the big damage. I don't care. As long as the party is doing well, that's ultimately what I'm concerned with. Great Axe, Warrior, Great Axe, please. And that does make water, which it fucking sucks. But you know, that's how the pie disintegrates, as they say, as everyone says. If not, they're definitely saying it now. We're at the cutting edge of the social-cultural zeitgeist, chat, and and we can be the change that we want to see in the world as far as like what slang is used. Because you know these fucking kids with their PlayStation 1s and their turntables and shit like that. They're always like gyrating and making coitus and eating avocado subs. Always saying that they're getting rizzed and that everything is chuggy. Like, shut up. Like, shut up. Okay, this is a good time to mention that we have a new stream challenge. The stream challenge that we did Monday, because I'm rapidly losing track of time and space. The challenge that we did Monday was wildly successful, beyond my personal expectations, so thank you for that. So the next one is going to be as funny and or cringe inducing as that one was, if not a little bit more. You know, depending on where my headspace is going into it. I kind of just let my muse take over like the week before the last challenge, as it were. But you can see it under your channel point redeems at the very top. The Nico / Ayaya challenge, where I cannot guarantee what my appearance is going to look like. I can only guarantee you that there's going to be big old cat ears involved, and we're going to be chronically butchering our sentences, either by probably with a combination of using the word nya, where the letter N would normally be used in a given word, and lots of, like, you know, asterisk, boobs your nose, asterisk. What are we gonna do on this blood-soaked battlefield, Bubba Baka? It's not like I want to skill chain with you or anything, and then say the person's like full name, because, you know, if you're Sundari, you just gotta do that. It's just what you do. Ninja is in Portuno. Dominatrix is in Western Altava Desert, probably running from Eastern, which is totally fine, or borderline expected. Nobody responded to my skill chain prompt, so I'm assuming that it's a-okay. You know, much like Zoom meetings with your, you know, place of work, if no one says anything, no answer is an answer in and of itself, right? So it's like it's a tentative yes. That's fine. I'll just do whatever you want, whatever the expectation is. The warrior has a lot of HP. Is it normal for a warrior to have that much HP at level 50 whatever? See, all Rish 62. That makes more sense. It still seems higher than normal. Are they a Galka? See, all Rish. They are not. They are a Mithra. Very good. It's not going to take very long for Asri to get here, so we're going to fully close down. First, we're going to save our progress, because we actually made progress, even though, you know, it didn't seem like we made that much progress in Xenosaga. Every little bit counts in a multi-dozen RPG. And then once we actually start fighting, then we'll pump up the jams, as it were, by swapping to video game BPM mode. It's not a different song. I want to hear some of the new ones that he put in here. There's like 6 hours of music in here. If you're a streamer or considering streaming, I would highly recommend that you check out a music publisher on Spotify, if you use Spotify, called Game Chops. Chops is in like you're chopping your vegetables, because I definitely eat, you know, the number of vegetables that are requisite to my human diet daily. Let's do a different one. Game Chops is a publisher that somehow is able to stay in the business of securing the temporary rights for remixers or aspiring to make remixes, eloquently put self, of popular music, typically video game tracks of some description, and then just lets streamers use it, or if you're like a YouTuber, that's also a choice, without without any kind of strings, man. Like content ID-less, DMCA-less. They're like, it's totally fine, and they have a lot of music, and all of it is really high quality. A lot of the no strings attached music that I was looking for when I first set out doing research on this thing was not DMC-less or content ID-less. And when it was, the quality was kind of mid, as the cool kids say in their urban colloquialisms. Hey, hey, DA. I almost want to keep calling you DeSoccer. It's not. People call you DA. I need to just like get it through my head that that's probably what, you know, that there should be some kind of like mental consensus there for me. DA with the, you know, the apt, highly questionable TOS. The friends or DA. Am I not a friend? Is this all gonna circle back to that one time in band camp where like you were ready to go? I didn't know you were gonna be ready that quick. I'm so used to it being like, you know, Final Fantasy 11 type, like I'm gonna be, are you my friend? I hope so, and in my heart of hearts you are. And if you're not, then through many years probably of careful introspection and one-off positive interchanges, are you my friend or are you gonna replace me again? Technically, and this is not gonna work out in my favor in this quickly budding combative situation that we're going into. Technically, I didn't replace you if you were never in the party to begin with. That's so fucked up. That's fucked. Why would I say that? Okay, let's see if the peoples are here. We're in the lower half. Yep. Sorry, I didn't clarify. The Dominatrix has a lot of drip going on. It's hard to make a good drip in Final Fantasy 11. But the Dominatrix, she's got a good look down. That is for sure. Girl, those boots with those vestments. Shit. If you the truly, I mean, it's all fucked up, right? This situation that we find ourselves in, you and I, DA, and in front of a live studio audience, in an almost like Dr. Phil-like capacity. But I was looking for a tank like mere moments ago, and had I known, I've been looking for any, like, if you want to be real, I'm gonna be real with you. If you want to be real, let's be real. I have been dying to see you in like the search party list when I start looking, just so I can at least start to mend this fricked state of our of our streamer relationship. I don't want it to be part of our interwoven lore that I was like, oh, it's DA as a paladin. That's a pass. I'm just gonna get any motherfucker in this slot that I possibly can. I was in the wrong. I'll say it. I was in the wrong. That's for sure. This is our, no, don't let it be our story. It doesn't have to be. I'm capable of change. Our NRP reaches out and gently cups your hand into my cold emotional graspers. I can change. I can be different. Lude. Don't. No.
No,
You did that last time? Yeah, but I was also trying to make up for the same thing. Trying the same old tricks? I don't know, man. I don't know how you're supposed to repair relationships with another human being. Is this, do you want food? Is that what you want? Do you want nummies? Do you want nom-noms? I had a whole like Italian sub and I basically devoured the entire thing and I should not have. But I fucking inhaled it. But if I didn't, I would definitely have given some to you. Oh, am I a dog now? Nobody said that. Fucking nobody. Chat, can my mods please back me up? Mods? I have mods, right? But mods? Somebody back me up. Somebody defend me. In the court of public opinion. Oh no, sorry. The lower map. I don't know how to say it. The southern map. They all went into the basement because I told them the lower half. The southern map. One day it's gonna be the reverse situation.
Excuse me, bitch.
DA, it's gonna be the reverse situation, and I'm gonna be looking for a party, and then you are well and truly within your rights to call me out there, and then be like, sorry, we got another thief. That's how I give you. Not that you need it, but I give you my permission to do that, to do me like that. It's appropriate. I don't know why. I don't know why it was that I was like so fixated on the fact that the people that were already with me were waiting like 15-20 minutes, and so I felt like, you know, because it's like a fucking video game, that I felt like there was some kind of moral imperative for me to make sure that they could get things off the ground, when really Altana punished me by having the paladin that replaced you be like, for lack of a better way of putting it, like a sussy baka. I would never, because I consider you a friend. That makes me feel even worse. Oh no. One day we'll party together, and I'll be able to, you know, at some point way down the line when, you know, Horizon releases Wings of the Goddess and we're like 80 years old, I'll be fine because I'm immortal, but you're gonna be in a pretty rough state, I imagine. Okay, we're gonna level sync. Gonna level sync. Azri, you might wanna pull back a bit. Okay. Everyone is here, right? Okay, everyone is here. No, not change later. Level sync me. Gonna sync to me at first, and then to Cal when he's 53. SC is Blade Ren to Viper Bite. Ice Water. I love this song. It's haunting, entertaining, and creepy. I'm very glad that I found it. It do be hitting different for me. We were using rice dumplings, but I have in recent times discovered or have considered that hitting probably 90 to 95% of the time is going to be well worth giving up the attack power, because I'm a thief, man. It's not like I'm like a heavy DD. Yep, Penta whenever is good. Okay, if ready. I think everyone's here, but we're just gonna give like a courtesy. I want to make sure that at least the white mage is good. The white mage is good. Okay. We're gonna have to practice our ranged attacks a little bit, because I did do a very large amount of marksmanship scaling or skill upping in recent times, but I got basically as far as I could before running into a situation where I was not able to kill the EP things that I was trying to skill up on. So I don't really have a ton of choice here but to try to skill up to the best of my ability. Maybe I'll just try to swing a few times in between. I missed twice. I love that for me. Okay, somebody, yeah, get the hate off of him. And then we'll trick attack to try to like keep the critical on him. It's gonna be a bit until I get used to like the muscle memory. Okay. I appreciate you, man. Have a great stream. Thank you, DA. I appreciate you deeply. It's gonna be a adjustment for me to be range attacking consistently to try to apply defense down. I think that the warrior first voked there to try to get SATA off, which was helpful, but honestly it's probably going to be better if the ninja just keeps first voke and then me trying to keep the hate on them as much as possible, like this. I don't know why sneak attack there. Eventually my brain is going to adjust, I promise. All right, now we're going to be in a position to Viper Bite. All right, then they Blade Ren, or they're about to. The Warrior's Instincts was really good. I just need them to Blade Ren. Blade Ren. Blade Ren. Blade Ren. I'm ready. Okay, they are gone. Blade Ren. Maybe not. Maybe no Blade Ren. Let's swap to video game VPN mode. Ready for skill chain. Okay, very good. That was pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna be like, maybe we're still in the honeymoon period of the first 10 to 15 minutes, right? So we'll give the benefit of the doubt that, you know, they were trying to cast and like do their thing and get used to the general vibe. We got a copper key just like that. Very good. I imagine that we're going to be seeing a ton of copper keys over the course of the party. That's the much valued a thief utility. Nope. We will take it as read, though, that the warrior is probably going to be trying to pull hate when the time comes. I do appreciate that, and I was noticing that. I don't know what we're gonna do, dude, if we can't start skeleting on these crabs. Ooh, we did it! Let's go! We got a defense down.
Another day, another slay. Period.
Look at me go doing the thing, man. Now that we're in video game VPN mode, we're gonna be tryharding a little bit. It's been at least 48 hours since I thieved last, so it's gonna take me a moment to get into proper killing form. Maybe it is better if we do Viper Bite into Stormwind. TBH, LOL. You have purse up? I don't know what purse means. All right, we're gonna leave that because we have to grab another target. Parse? I don't. One day I will have the parse window be hidden under my, actually I can move it now. There's no law saying that I can't move it now. Right. So let me do it. Load deeps. Where the fuck is deeps? Deeps is right there. And we're gonna pluck it under, safely hidden under my chat log blocker. Because there's nothing else that's going there anyway. That's a really, I mean, it's been a long time coming, but it's been a good idea. All right, we have hide and sneak attack and trick attack up, so we can use it. Viper Bite into Stormwind. L was right. That because the ninja is using spells, we're not really in a great position to TP often. Like I've looped. I mean, granted, there's like 1,000. There's like 1,000 TP deficit in between us. So we'll hold for next. There's a crab over here. We'll grab that. All right, now we're gonna be good. We just have to get into the habits again. It's difficult not playing the game even for a day. Because you fall out of like muscle memory very quickly, even if you've established it over like 50 levels. Yep, ready. You can just do it. You can just do it. You can just do it. You don't have to be fancy, you can just do it. There we go. Sync attack was not up. I'm a professional, I promise. Just give me a minute. Just let me breathe. Oh, man. I'm a good thief, I swear. I swear, viewer Chan. I probably know what I'm doing. My hit percentage is like 88 or something, which is good. It's a little bit less than I expected, but honestly, I'm just glad that I didn't listen to my instincts, which was to swap out my life belt for a sword belt +1. Generating TP, I'm discovering, or at least my cope generation modules are informing me, is better than hitting very slightly harder with daggers. It's not like the daggers are doing a lot for me anyway. All right, we reached 1,000 TP, so now we can start trying to apply defense down. We can start applying defense down. Anytime that it wants. They have not yet fixed bolts, right? That's just not a thing. At least I don't think so. Pretty soon we're gonna need to grab another thing. So far 16,000. If our XP tracker has anything to go by. Oh, we gotta skill up on the marksmanship.
Slow down, I'm gonna spurt. Sorry.
Grab this rubber crab. All right, I am ready, and it got defense down on this one. We're starting to believe, chat. It is possible. They can be beaten. They can be felled. And then we'll sneak attack on the other side. And then we need to get into the habit again of, because I promise you I did get into the habit before, of sneak attacking whenever it's up, and then trick attacking as a rule otherwise. And then trying to apply defense down slash skill upping wherever possible. It might be a little bit presumptuous for us to go back here in order to collect mobs so soon when there's still 15-ish% health left on the rubber crab. But my mother didn't raise no bitch, and I also have shadows. And my parrying skill is capped out. There we go. The ninja has their shadows back up. I love that for them. Sneak attack because it's up. Just have to get back into the motions. You know, they call it an ocean for the reason. And then we use sneak attack, so let's try to get defense down. By shooting. Anyways, it just started blasting. Man, this has been the game, the stream of random happenstance issues cropping up. I do wish that the ninja was the ninja was using Blade Ren like as soon as it was available. The experience is not bad. Once I get into the flow state, it should be even better. Okay, Blade Ren. Before you do anything else, just Blade Ren. Good. Sneak attack, trick attack, hide, because we have that available to us. Very good. Now get into the habit of applying defense down. Slash raise marksmanship skill. AKA miss like 8,000 times. Classic Final Fantasy 11 experience. The ninja is disconnecting in the middle of a mob. Hopefully it is. I think they're just holding it if the mob is under 50%. That, which would normally be fine. However, it's not taking 50% damage each time. Right? It's taking like maybe 20%. And that's even with the low balled skill chain that we did with sneak attack, trick attack, hide. I was gonna keep farming. I'm gonna keep farming skill marksmanship, skill ups. Gonna give the Nin a moment. XP hasn't been terrible, so benefit of the doubt. They just BC'd. So I'm starting to think that the occasional OBS reconnection issue that we all experienced just moments before, all 8,000 people that are viewing it definitely stayed after experiencing it. I think it's due to the PS2 emulator being introduced into the mix. I feel like there's some kind of like multiple game capture issue that it seems to be having, but I can't base that off of the logs. It's just a presumption. I never had this issue, like, except for like a couple of weeks prior, when it started happening. I did get it down to one random reconnection, and it only lasts like 5-10 seconds, and ultimately doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it just doesn't. Right? It's just a temporary setback. It's not gonna kill me. It's not harming me in any real way. It's just an inconvenience. It's just as weird that it's happening to begin with. Thankfully, we have no drop frames, which was a problem that I was having way in the beginning, and that it seems to have mostly resolved itself now. DA, where are you? DA, I need you. DA, where's your paladin at? It's karma's coming full circle, man. Fuck off with this BPM mode. Video game lo-fi me. Hi, Otaku. Are you having a good Wednesday, my friend? May the pogs block out the sun. May the pogs ever be in your favor. Today has been very interesting so far for me. Okay, good. They're back. They're good. They're back. Okay, DA, you can go back to lurking. Not that our relationship is transactional. It just happens that he wasn't expecting the ninja to be back. Trying to get some gil. What are you doing? Are you crafting or farming? Or BC&Ming? DA, do you feel used, or have like, help, I need a replacement? It's not like that. Don't make it like that. In that specific moment, maybe it was like momentarily like that. We can fight without the warrior, that's fine. Everyone else is here, so I think we're good. The war should be back soon. Okay. Pull. I'm not making it like that, you're making it like that. This dude that's coming in here with like the logic bombs, that's supposed to be my thing. We're gonna use our weapon skill. I don't necessarily know on what yet, but we're gonna use it. Wouldn't it be funny if I got slash right then? Use sneak attack whenever it's up. That's a non-negotiable thing. I thought stoicism was your thing. Well, yeah, it's like it's both. Why not both? G Bill. How come your mom lets you have 2 wieners? Fishing at the moment, trying to earn money fishing to support woodworking. And just out of curiosity, why did you pick woodworking? Is it because you're intending to be like a ranger one day, or did it just stand out to you? I mean, presuming that staves are good money, maybe that's a reason in and of itself to level it. Does anyone use furniture in this game? Like beyond trying to influence like mod enhancements and stuff like that? Probably not. We're killing these pretty good, even without the warrior, which is shocking to me. I did not think that was going to be a thing. I've tried like long ago in the before times. Welcome back. Long ago in the before times, I was a woodworker, and it bled me money like crazy. I don't really remember what my impetus for trying to get into it was. I think it was because of total lack of understanding of like what craft that I wanted to go into. Like, they're all good. They're all good money makers once they hit like a certain threshold. And I'm not ever gonna probably attempt goldsmithing in this life, just because of the insane expense involved. I could have fully sat it there, but that's okay, because I had hide up. I think that they were channeling freeze. Is that what that was? Okay, I need to delay it then. I'm gonna delay Viper Bite for 3 to 4 secs so you can freeze Dom. I did not realize that they were gonna try to do ancient magic. It still did almost 1,000, which is incredible. But I could have possibly done a lot more, maybe like 1,500. And it's an easy adjustment on my end. I just have to delay my Viper Bite by a few moments, which is certainly within my realm of capability. So I can make furniture and fix rods for friends and make arrows and Shihai or whatever crappy or whatever crap Nin uses. That's honestly a great reason. If I push out the Viper Bite a few moments, you should be able to cast it as soon as you see Asri Rin. And it should work if you're even a little close. Jihai does seem to be woodworking. There's a good number of ninja tools that do make use of woodworking. But actually, there's a lot of nin tools that make use of a lot of different crafts, including an Omni tool that takes like a little bit of everything. Okay, she should be able to land it now. The casting time is not that long. There we go. Oh, we did it, Chad. We got a magic burst, right? 1,500. Very exciting. We did the damage. Nice. We did the big deeps. We're gonna want to remember that hide is a thing. My 48-hour delayed thief brain is gonna need to remember to use hide when it's up, because although it's hard to top like an almost 2,000 damage SE, it could damage even harder. Before, I was, you know, thinking about like technical issues and stuff, but all I'm thinking about is killing indigenous wildlife, which is a marked improvement in our thought process. Back to video game BPM. As always, if there's some aspect of the stream that is too loud, too low, too short, too tall, too wide, too thin, too much macaroni, not enough cheese, please let me know. I can make adjustments pretty much instantly. All right, let's move the ninja up to where we are in the party list. Ninja is all the way at the bottom because of the way that they panned out. And we'll farm some more marksmanship points. And by farm, I mean wait until we actually hit something. I love this song. It's so good. What is this? Ew. You should be able to open with Blade Red on this one. I think that she is starting to get there in terms of like her mentality of like when she's going to use weapon skills, which is great. And by that, I mean she's gonna she's gonna cast like slow and stuff like that. But she's within her, there's nothing illegal that she's doing. She's not legally required to open with Blade Ren as like a first decision, right? She might be trying to level up her ninjutsu. What are you? Okay. There we go. I'm gonna have to be quick. It should be soon, in a moment here. Look at that, dude. Instantly deleted, man. What the fuck?
That's what I'm talking about. Wow.
Jesus Christ. Wowzers. I mean, I don't really remember where this kills the crab, the warrior says. It sure does. There's a lot of good leeway on ancient magic. I'm glad that the black mage was confident enough to use it. But that really fucked super hard. I am debating just sitting in the back and marksmanshipping, but that's not the way to go. The team does not need to get punished because I'm trying to get marksmanship buildups. But that is very cool. I would like to hit the individual with the bolt. This is a single bolt, please. If I could. Watch this drive. I'm gonna start having to stop crossbow bolting because I'm not hitting. If I was smart, I would have waited until now to skill at marksmanship. And I typically don't. Typically I try to roll or rotate through all of the different weapons that a job is typically expected to use. For example, like on Paladin, I skilled up club and sword throughout. Like anytime they capped on something, I would just swap to something else. Thief is the first time where I was like, I don't want to spend money on bolts. So, you know, I could probably get by throwing. And then it seems like justifiably perhaps that the entire Horizon 11 population is like at least on the inside, like internally screaming like, why isn't the Thief trying to use acid bolts to lower the enemy's defense? A well-timed shadow. Thanks, self. Appreciate that. You always have my back, literally and figuratively. We good? We Gucci? Now I should, regardless of when the ninja blade rends, I should be able to predict when freeze is ultimately going to land based on when they start casting. I'm so sick of this fucking dragoon. Can you imagine if I really felt that way? Oh man. No, crappy nin, that wasn't a mistype. I got mine to 21 and I'm dreading the next 16 levels. Holy shit. Jeez, dude. I don't know why I started RP walking there. That wasn't expected or necessary. This kills the crab. I'm trying the next 16 levels until I can kill it off. Like I mentioned to some people recently, I did play Tryhard Ninja with Shuriken, all tools, the whole deal, the whole 9 yards, and it was by far the most expensive thing I've ever done to date on Final Fantasy XI on any server, or will probably ever do. Now granted, it was super fun. I don't regret the experience, but I also will not sit there and tell you that that money probably could have easily been spent somewhere else. Like I probably spent, reflecting back on it, at least 500, 600K just on tools and stuff. Like a truly psychotic amount. I'm actively bringing my own hit chance parser down by missing over and over again. I don't have any opinions on this thief. I'm more so focusing on what I'm doing. But just the fact that they're using tools is pretty nice. That gives a +1, or at least a little bit of respect from me. All Ninja is good for is Shadows, Dual Wield, and Blood Warp, but it's not even good for Blood Warp anymore because they changed it to R. Granted, they changed it to something that at least is functionally usable now. It's not the free Blood Warp that I would have probably still preferred it to be. It's now like basically like an MLRS or whatever the multi-stage missile launcher is, where you're just sending out like copious amounts of okay, we're gonna have to do it, Blade Rin, and then I'm gonna have to pretty much do it instantly as soon as it's online. There we go. They've been casting for a while, so this should delete it. Almost deleted it. Good luck, Black Mage. May the odds ever be in your favor. They're gonna catch a Black Mage in a pincer movement.
Oh my god! Inhuman reaction!
Never mind, the Black Mage is fine. The MP health of the White Mage is very good. I love that for me. We do have everything except for Trick Attack up. I'm not going to use Sneak Attack, even though it's debatably, in my own mind, the move to make here. I can't Suicide Bomb the home point anymore, so it's only really good for Shadows and Duskwield. It's really not a good tank. Sorry, not sorry. It also, you're right, in that it wasn't... I mean, we can only do some good old-fashioned conjecture, right? Because we can't go back in time to 2000 and ask the design team what their original intentions were, unless that's specifically what somebody has done. And if so, you know, if you could provide some detail on those conversations. But I don't think that Ninja was designed to be a damage dealer. It was designed, I imagine, to be like a hybrid melee enfeebler. Like, certainly not do the damage numbers of a Black Mage, but maybe like a setupper for a Black Mage. It's like you can lower elemental weaknesses with tools and such like that, and like it does a fair bit of damage when you weapon skill them, and if you're quick enough and you have access to knee spells, you can double magic burst. It was designed to be a hybrid job, right? It's only when the retail player base was like, oh, I can avoid damage entirely, let me just design the entirety of my meta framework around this single experience, this single mindset. The White Mage press the I'm gonna kill myself button. Watch this drive. I should be able to hit. Why can't I hit this? I've got 115 weapon skill. Isn't that sufficient? Game says no. Ninja was designed as a puller and a damage dealer, hence Shadows for pulls. Paladin, Samurai, and War are the tanks. It does seem to be the case. Like, don't let any warrior hear you past like level 30 that they can still fulfill the functionality of a tank. They don't like that. I get it that half of their skill set is as aggressive as it is defensive, with maybe like leaning a little bit towards the latter. Or no, the former. I forget what was the placement of the two. Oh man. I could have hid SATA there. Maybe I still can. No. Waste. I need to grab another target. Another meat for the grinder. Nope, just cave worms that way. I love that. I wonder if this person is soloing. I'm assuming so because they're not flagged up. Or they're very much wanting coffer keys. That's also an option. I cannot imagine soloing in this game. I respect the people that do, and that have the kind of like mental throughput, or like at least some amount of satisfaction in doing so. I can't do it. Warriors are good for off tanks, can't help it. They were made as off tanks. People built them for VD, same case as Nin. Community took it and made it their own. Samurai is the same way. maybe there will be some kind of like Era Plus changes that could come with Treasures of Ottergon that could maybe include some kind of like ability or mode switch like they have for Ninja, where Yonin was arguably turned into like a tank mode turn on type situation. By the way, ads start in 45 seconds. They last about 90 seconds on average. Twitch, and all of its wisdom, forces Twitch affiliates and above to run ads. I've made it so that they're as painless on you as I possibly can make them, where there's at least an hour of consumable stream between ad breaks, and you don't get hit with ads as soon as you come in. Because understandably, most people that get hit with ads right as they come in fucking hate that shit. If I could turn off ads in their entirety, I would. But until Papa Bezos, you know, shows mercy on all and sundry, that's probably not gonna happen. But if I had the option, I would turn them off. But yeah, they're happening in 5 seconds, and I will see you on the other side. You can subscribe free with Amazon Prime in order to avoid ads in their entirety. But if you don't have the means, I'm just glad that you're here. I'll see you in 90. It was intended as a tank, but ended up built as a DD. Yeah, I agree. I do think that much like tanking, there are a lot more jobs that don't have to be considered no longer pullers after 25. Much like developing Sky Itis after like the mid 60s, where people just feel like parties are a waste of time unless you can party in Sky. People drop off of this idea that they can be pullers after 30. Like, it doesn't just have to be thieves and bards as like your exclusive pullers. It could be different. There could be some wiggle room there. I mean, Elle was almost in a party recently. I don't even know if she's still here. It doesn't really matter if she is or not, but I'm just saying. Elle was in a party recently where there was 2 warriors and I think a monk, and they wanted her as the ranger to pull. Now, if you're not familiar, when you do like an opening ranged attack on anything in this game, there is a burst entity associated with it that makes it harder for whatever the entity it is that's pulling to actually pull off of the enemy. This just spawned, so it's not going to aggro me, or at least it shouldn't. So it would have been insane, given how relatively well geared that she was, or I imagine her to be. I wasn't looking at her equipment at the time. Does Ranger have an aggro dump skill? I did look into it today, and they have something called camouflage, which reduces the amount of it reduces the amount of enemy that they get on their next attack. But it, like, the recast duration is like 5 minutes, and there's something very seriously wrong if if your puller is pulling only once every 5 minutes. So it isn't feasible. I do wish that there was like that it was an ability that maybe had a recast timer of like every 60 seconds or so, if they felt like it needed to be balanced that way. Like, if they could reduce camouflage to 60 seconds, that could be fine. I don't know. I'm not a game designer or a developer of a very popular double-decade-old MMORPG retail server or private server. Freudian slip there. But the dev team has shown capacity for awareness of inbuilt issues. They have the benefit of hindsight. So it's entirely possible that they could or are already considering designing some ability that would, or maybe a stance, like the Yonin stance, for example, like I referenced before. Like something that each job that has like built-in entity spikes or whatever, to allow them to tank, to allow jobs that are not conventionally known or pulling just because of the risks to themselves of being able to pull, that sort of thing. That hairstyle that Dami has is definitely doing it for me. I don't know, maybe it's just because of the relative newness. Did that still go off? I don't know if it did. Amazingly, it still counted, which is honestly crazy to me. It's great. $1,700 freeze. If you've been watching a little bit and you like what you've seen so far, clicking the follow button helps me out immensely. Even if it seems like a small action, it has a big influence. And even though you cannot see it easily because it looks like my mouth does not move, a little smile happens. You have to zoom in almost like 1,000%, but it does happen, I assure you. Please believe me. I don't have appropriate ranged weapon equipped. That's okay. That's why we have backups. Clearly, this warrior has been working on their crossbow acumen. We crossbow kids now. Crossbow stands. I'm just waiting for the ninja to get TP anyway, right? What's the harm except losing out definitively on DPS by doing this? Lisa, I don't know if you're here, but your husband is doing a great job with his pokey stick. Top tier. You could even call him like a top tier poker player. He's not. That's okay. He's here in spirit. I can feel her presence even if she's not physically here, like a new type from the world-renowned Gundam series. He's doing your fundraising event. Oh, I guess that, yeah. that makes sense. That does make sense to me. All right, we need to start burning. Nope, I don't want to swing descend. Swing. Arguable waste of a sneak attack, but that's where we are. That is okay. Do we have any chronic Chinese food enjoyers in chat? Is it just me that could feasibly see themselves dying very rapidly if they had unrestricted 24/7 access to Chinese food of any description? I knew you would. I knew you would, Hero. I didn't actually know for a fact, but I could feel it. Now, the secondary question is, do you enjoy Chinese food from like buffets or like mall shops? Because there is a very subtle distinction there. If you're a Chinese food aficionado, you could also say a moderate distinction. There is a certain amount of inbuilt cheapness to mall food, namely Chinese food, that you just have to deal with and know going in that you're going to experience. It's like a B quality where you know for a fact in your heart of hearts that the shit that you are inserting into your gaping maw was dropped on the ground wholesale like mere 45 seconds ago. But that it adds like that amount of like floor contamination adds something to it. Right? I'm very, very thankful that we got that sneak attack off. I enjoy Asian food in general far too much. Yes, I can appreciate both. It's all going to kill you. I'm going to have horrible diarrhea, so why should I care? Can really taste the floor cleaner. Exactly. The floor cleaner is what does it. And I couldn't put my finger in it. That's a
Wow, congratulations!
finger on it. Where did that come from? I couldn't put my finger on it. Maybe finger in it is apt in that kind of setting, in a mall Chinese food setting. I'm a big enjoyer of lo mein, aka Chinese food spaghetti. It reminds me of that one time in band camp where I tried to recreate yakisoba pan after being inspired to try to make it after playing through 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, because one of the characters is like borderline obsessed with yakisoba pan, and that's like a running joke with him. And I ended up substituting 100% of all of the ingredients I chose to use, except for oyster sauce. and I ended up effectively deep frying ramen noodles in Worcestershire sauce and oyster sauce. And it was one of the most, for sure, one of the most cursed things that I've ever done. And I put the hey Sith, I'm talking about the yakisoba pan. It was truly one of the most cursed things I've ever made, and the deep fried Worcestershire ramen noodles went into buttered white hot dog buns, and just to try to further cement my my creation, I put like a little garnish of like those like green flakes. I forget what it was. Perhaps that too was also the incorrect ingredient. I can't even remember what the name of it was that I used to put on top. Let me tell you, it was exactly like IRL fast food, in that it did not look anything like the picture. 13 Sentinels is a great game, and he is obsessed. If I had to just stick to just Chinese, my rank 1 would be actual sit-down and dine restaurant. The White Mage has full MP, so I should not have a cause to be alarmed, right? Unless they said be right back and I just didn't notice it. Actual sit-down, dine restaurant, buffet, and then mall. But if all Asian food was an option, Japanese all the way, especially sushi. I like sushi. I think that I would enjoy it if I had it more often available to me, especially now that I put myself in the middle of nowhere. If it was like higher-ish quality, like the most recent sushi that I was able to consume was like made in a grocery store, and it was okay for what it was, and I had no expectations going in. So like anything was gonna be, you know, as long as it wasn't like causing my mouth to spontaneously bleed, I was going to be fine with it. But yeah, grocery store sushi was like the the most recent sushi experience that I've had in over a year. The Chinese buffet that I'm going to be going to for my birthday tomorrow is going to have sushi, but I do not touch it. It's going to be at a buffet place, and I think that the quality is not going to be where I would hope that it would be. Going into it. Oh man. But yeah, unrestricted Chinese food is dangerous to me. I've been a lot better because, you know, it helps that I have a philosophy that's focused, you know, almost entirely on mentally drawing the line, and in ways that are prudent and beneficial to me. Like when I get like unrestricted access to stuff like that. Oh my god, dude, the deeps, man. These things are fucking dying like crazy. So I've defaulted to having like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and making sure that I've tasted at least everything that I would reasonably want before I go like whole hog. I'm like filling the rest of my internal meat space, you know, the 2 stomachs that humans have, that I definitely have because I am also human. I'm also human.
I'm also human.
This party's been really good. I'm very happy with it. Even without the ring, I would expect it to probably sit at around 8,000 to 9,000. When it does come time for you to level up, Hero, let me know, and we'll swap to you, like for level sync. It shouldn't be much of a different experience than it is now in terms of like raw killing speed. It might be very slightly slower, but the actual XP output should be a lot higher to make up for the difference. At least a clip of like 50, 60. Okay, 2 to 3 kills, got it. So I have recently been made aware that Eco Warrior has been buffed on this server. The group of people that I fairly regularly, if not very regularly, play with did a Eco Warrior run recently out of Winders. It did not occur to me that you had a choice of choosing which Eco Warrior you wanted to do, because there is one that is affiliated with each nation. I took it as read, in error, that because there is a Eco Warrior version for each nation, that it meant that you had to be from that nation to participate. That is not the case. So, a while and a half ago, I clocked myself in for Eco Warrior Bastock, which seems considerably more annoying to do than Eco Warrior Winders. So I'm looking forward to clearing that out when the time comes. We're gonna save. Gonna keep saving. I was fine to hold on to it, I think, but I do appreciate the ninja looking out for me. Mr. Hero probably has like 1 TNL. But apparently the benefits are not just the very lucky crit for me, a whole 13 damage. What a boon. Oh, we got the defense down and 69 damage.
Yes, indeed.
Just because thou art wielding 2 katanas does not mean that thy body is not 70% mac and cheese.
You can do it, go. 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 No? It's too late. Unless it clips it now. Oh, look at that, it actually worked. Maybe they held that long on purpose, who knows? Congratulations, after this one, we're gonna resync. The Bloodlust got me there. I did my first ever eco on Sunday. St. A's isn't bad. Worst of it is just the run to Ordell Cave. Apparently, Winders is like within spitting distance of the opening of Maze of Shakrami. Like you just telly out to Mia, and then you walk like halfway into the zone and you're already there. What am I doing? I don't need to recast shadows. It is not necessary. The Bastocs you have to kill like 2 putting NMs. I don't know what's involved in the Sandy one or the Bastock one, but you can, I'm sure that you'll let me know, Iotaku. Do you, in addition to getting like the experience consumable, do you also get like a big ass injection of experience just for completing it? Is that right? Someone, I don't know if they mistyped or something, but they said in one of the Discords that I'm in that they earned like 9,000 experience in addition to the experience scroll. Is that right? Like, I know you can only do it like once per tally, but fuck. Gonna resync to Cal. Killing speed might be very slightly slower, but pay out way more. I think it's 8K and then a scroll that gives between 1 and 3K. Still, that's a psychotic amount. That is so much. That's like in a good party, that's like an hour of partying. And I'm glad that they're introducing stuff like that. You know, people might say like, well, that's not an era. But the thing is that it's conducive to like event creation. And as a Link Shell leader and participator, I'm very thankful for that. Anything that you can do to create like fun community events improves player retention at a minimum, because to do that quest is just level 20, right? Get a big chunk of experience for turn in, then you get the scroll. Add a 15-person alliance wipe the Windy because people hard through. Actually, 15 people and they still through? What the frick? I'm also bad. I don't have food on. What the fuck is wrong with me? Is there some kind of add-on that I can throw on that fucking literally yells at me if my food is off? If my food ever wears and I have not replaced it within like 10 seconds and you happen to notice, I'm not gonna make you responsible for it. But if you happen to notice, just be like, Stoic, you dumb bitch, what are you doing? You could be hitting so much more often and harder. Trying to find another group since I'm stuck with this nation now. I wish you could cancel it. I understand why you can't, because it's probably, you know, it's hard enough to do the stuff with the code that they're doing already. But I wish I could cancel Bastock so I could just do the Windy one from now on. Nope. It's not gonna do it. There's not enough time. That's okay. Ayami is doing a big old think in the middle of my chat. Complimentary curtains have been provided if you are going to do a big old think in my chat. You are not beholden to using the curtains. It's purely for your own privacy and consideration. But there are Taru that are probably watching, so I would appreciate it if you took advantage of that. Come on, do the thing. I'm at 3,000 TP, man. Come on. Don't me. Just fucking.
I'm sorry.
There we go. The thing I like about it is you get the experience for putting in on whatever job you're on when you turn in, so you could complete it on level 75, restriction is 20 of course. Then go back to town and switch your level 1 job before turning it in and using your scroll. It bumped me from a flat 30 to almost 32, then my scroll pushed me over a quarter of the way into 32. Is it the case, based purely off of an anecdotal experience that I had looking at Discord, someone said that you were, like, if you were to level once from some part of the experience, like either the turn in or the experience scroll itself, that it would not level you again, like it would cap you out, but it, like if it were to level you multiple times, something like that, that some part of like the experience boost would break and you wouldn't get like the full amount. Caps you at 2 levels is what I heard, so I don't want to go on too low of a job. Okay, that is what I remember. And that's very good intel. Thank you for that. I hate that it decided to turn literally the moment that my shit was about to go off. But you know, I probably deserved it for you know, not allowing DA to come in when he was actually true to his word. And when he said he was going to be there in 10 minutes, he was actually going to be there in 10 minutes. And I fucked up, and I thought that he was not actually going to be there in 10 minutes. And that was naughty of me not to, like, it wasn't I didn't believe him. Is the thing. I didn't like consciously think to myself, I'm gonna, like, he's not going to be here. Like, I just purely don't trust it, like, as a rule. But for some reason, I was more focused on like the other party members. But you know this whole song and dance. I don't have to recount the, you know, it's in the papers. I don't need to say it out loud again. Take a think wherever I feel. Please send me a cute Arthur. Thanks. That is a huge boost though. Effectively 10K is nuts. Like what part of the run with the 15 people, like how did you lose? Like how did they lose? Were people just like simply not casting or not engaging, or was it just like a pure herd mentality thing where they were just like somebody else will take care of it? I'm doom scrolling through Reddit right now. I mean, that's the only way that I could see it going down, was that people just like watching Twitch, like twitch.tv/prostoic. Apparently the white mage was dead. Apparently the white mage is dead to something, and my bloodlust consumed me. But nobody said anything. So assuming that we're all Gucci, I am gonna perfect dodge here. Which is fine, sufficient. I'm gonna give team a minute while that sleeps. I did not realize you died. I got sucked hard into pulling. My bad. Legitimately, I was just like, okay, the thing's dead. I gotta go get another one. Right now, I'm having some rage on my MOG expansion quest. I had the bronze bed in my house for almost a week and it still won't trigger, and I'm rank 4. That's really bizarre. The only time that might happen is if you place the bronze, if you put the bed in your MOG house after the conquest tally on Sunday, in which case you would have to wait until after this Sunday for it to proc. And if it still doesn't proc after that, I would honestly put in a ticket, because even though ancient wikis say that you need a certain amount of fame in order to trigger it, on this server it seems like they drastically reduced the minimum fame requirement. Like it says like for the expansion that you needed to be like fame level 6, and I knew for a fact that when I got the expansion online that was not the case. I for sure did not have like fame 6 when it came time. Finding one goblin, blood aggro, 2 skellies despite being asked to back up. That's always a good that's always a good segue for sure. Oh man. It's always great when people reach like a herd mentality after like the 12th person joins and they're like, I'm probably fine whatever the circumstances are. Like all the normal self-preservation instincts that they presumably harbor up until that point were just disregarded as soon as like a numerical number of people join the crew. Hey Stoic, your white mage is dead, just letting you know. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Very good.
Forefathers, one and all!
This is why you and I are best buds. The Bessies 5 ever is because you let me know when the white mage is dead. And we could have still won since we had 6 summoners who just slowly panicked and just didn't summon anything. What the fuck were they doing? What were they doing? If they were, that's literally, it's in their job description. What? It's one of those things where people couldn't be bothered to use sneak and invis power, so we had to fight 17 things on the way there. I can't like, I can only take it on a single anecdote that I saw in somebody else's chat, but they said that it takes like an hour to get there, whatever the Eco Warrior is, if you fight everything in between, instead of it taking like 5 minutes instead, or at least like, probably 5 minutes is too fast, right? Too fast for Final Fantasy 11 time. More likely 5-10 minutes, something like that. Just do it. Like it's not hard. Like if you don't have the utility, oh fuck, am I actually gonna rip from my own hubris? I should be able to parry this, right? I should be able to parry this. I did not parry this. I'm a fool and a charlatan. For some reason, I thought that he was gonna voke off of me, which is not a fair expectation for him. Look at that. Isn't it majestic? Crazy how nature do that.
A hunter must hunt.
It's actually not your fault, Bid. Even though it seems like there's a rapid staccato of random word salad that's coming out of my mouth. That's in direct response to something that you said. It's not your fault. Nobody put me in that position except for me. I knew that my shadows were down. I took it for granted that the ninja was gonna provoke off me, even though it was not their job to make sure that I had shadows. So it was a carnival of events. It's true. I did not respect the crab, and it fricked me. But I'm good to pull as long as I make sure I have shadows up. Smile, smiley face to reassure everyone. I'll be able to pull. I can pull all weekend. There's no reason to drag everyone else down. Took us less than 30 minutes when we all buffed and had somebody at a party just grab gobs in the maze of Shakurami. Probably Asin or Delzo. You guys say need done in 5 minutes. Higher levels run through and clear most of the high aggro mobs that trigger and run you down like a floor and a half. Fight the mobs and you're done. Biggest part is getting there. You either Chocobo from Sandy or Telehala and Choco from the Crag. It sounds like Dominatrix, incredible, love her fit too. Like, look at it, dude. It is hard to have, like I was saying, like way in the beginning and the before times and long ago. It's hard to get like a really drippy set in Final Fantasy 11. Okay, the ninja is AFKing, so that makes sense. It's hard. It's hard to you know, get rizzed out, as they say in their street colloquialisms. Be back in a bit. Gonna pick up wife from work. How dare you? Can you say hi to her for me? Be like, hey, the world renowned philosopher robot man hybrid thing that doesn't shut the fuck up for hours on Twitch says hi. And she's gonna be looking at you and she's gonna be like, oh, that one. Yes, of course. I have also liked and subscribed to that individual. And then you start fucking make out, dude. You start just going to absolute town on each other because you just, the idea of making it back to the stream is just amorous in and of itself. It was cool to blow through Eco Warrior Wendy the way that we did, but I kind of wanted to fight all the mobs on the way to the question marks. Is it because you are a Dark Knight in your soul, and you just want to see things be in pain, regardless of what the circumstance is? Or if they impede your progress in any way? The Dragoon is also AFKing. It's like this party doesn't trust me to pull on weekend. I could be trusted to pull on weekends. I don't know, I feel like it took it away from being an event. That's true, you did fight at least half though, right? Question mark? We didn't even have time to chat before it was over. Easy XP. Ayame's happy, you know? As they say, a happy Ayame makes things more funny.
Yes, indeed.
Is that right, Chad? Please clap. waiting on people to come back, we can swap it back to video game lo-fi. Got an in level and like 2 TNL for another. That's really good. It makes me, well, actually I feel nothing about it because, you know, you can't, it's not like I deliberately didn't do Eco Warrior until now, but it would make me, if I were normal, which of course I am, right? Very well adjusted, as I like to say, as everybody says, I mean, that I miss out on that. It makes me feel a certain kind of way, an unpleasant way. Welcome back. Once Cal is back, I'm good to pull. Actually, no, I'm not gonna type that. I've got 30 seconds, then I'm good. And there's no need to wait for Callium Chan, as he has repeatedly asserted to me he would like to be called, to come back. We have enough power, as it were, to really do a number on these crustaceans. To really just dive in on this, to dine in on this crabbussy. It was more vile coming out of my mouth than it was in my head. I don't need to worry about Bubble Shower, right? It's only gonna do like 70 damage to me. You did deserve the experience. You work hard, man. It's hard work keeping Sith constantly refreshed ad nauseum. I mean, it's been a while since I've been a paladin, right? But like, you know, it's a constant need. Once you have it and you don't have it anymore, you start to get weird, man. You start looking for like alternative places to get refreshed from, like Yagudo drinks and stuff like that, of which I'm still a chronic consumer. But that's an unfair expectation, at least on like a personal level, for the paladins themselves. I would not expect paladins to dump, first, to get cooking up to a point where you can reliably make Yagudo drinks, even though I think it's only like 50 or something, right? So it's not, you know, the juice is probably arguably worth the squeeze, pun intended, at that point. But like I for the sake of leveling up, I was like, I could easily see myself burning 15K on dark crystals and Yagudo cherries and Burumu grapes and shit like that, just to make the experience like a little bit more safe. Aren't you like 70% Yagudo at this point? It's true. Real talk. Let's look at my satchel. Well, if you can see it behind all that random shit at the top left, there's a lot of Yagudo drinks in there just waiting to get yanked out. You are not wrong. Also, hello, Cyber. I hope that you are having a great day, sincerely. While we were momentarily beset by technical issues at the very start, we have since recovered and are now randomly bullshitting, like Altana herself intended. Didn't you say that today was your birthday? Am I remembering it right? Tomorrow is my birthday. I am not going to be streaming tomorrow, with the expectation that I'm going to be going out to consume my body weight and the next person over's body weight in Chinese buffet food. But who knows? Maybe there's going to be like a pop-up stream or something if I'm feeling really frisky. I'm sure that my voice is not going to enjoy going 3 days in a row of, you know, the nigh constant word salad that... Oh, I'm doing it on the wrong person. Wrong person. Confused the Mithras. She's alright. Happy early B-Day. A frisky stream. How you doing, Poppy? I mean, frisky is kind of like my default factory setting, right? But like even friskier than normal. It might be like a short 3-hour stream if I do end up doing it. If only to preserve my voice. Having a day in between, except for Friday going into Saturday, has definitely done wonders to make sure that I can, you know, continue delivering the high quality content that all 8,000 people are definitely watching enjoy most, which is an endless, almost Abyssian tirade of random facts and thoughts, and me mentioning at least once every other stream how much forward I'm looking to Armor Core 6 and becoming effectively like returning to monkey, where between eating and relieving myself and sleeping, I'm going to consume nothing but but mecha content until either I perish or the game over screen comes up. I can just wait on this side. The double pink hair it threw me off once, but never again. I'm waiting for the Blade Renemy. Blade Chan. 100 Shades of Blade. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Did they miss? Or was I too soon? Neither of us missed. I was too soon. That's just how it goes sometimes. Hang on, 1 second. I'm getting redeems. I gotta curtail my bloodlust for just a moment. Use real voice for 5 minutes. We'll use that one. We'll definitely flip that one on.
And then once we get our shadows resetting, Ninja, Black Mage, or Summoner, kill one, bury one, bang one.
Excuse me, bitch!
Alright, let's sneak attack and then we'll do it. Pull. Bang. Kill, Mary. Black Mage. Summoner. And what was the last one? I fucking hate that I can't see chat behind this. Ninja, Black Mage, Summoner. Pull. Nin, Black Mage, Summoner. Bang. Kill. Wait a minute. I can't even do a pull like that. Hang on. I can't do a pull like that because I have like a question. Are you fucking trolling me? Mods 24-hour permanent ban on this person. You bamboozled me. I trusted you. Well played, Puffy. You have yet again made me a fool. In an incredibly public setting. I'm not even sorry. You caught my interest. Now you have my attention. You can be sussy. You deserve to be sussy. I've been working 12-hour days back to back. They're all running together. That sucks. When do you expect to have a break? I think that we talked about it some time ago. I believe that your management? Question mark? Period T? Right? No. When Prime Day is over, you can breathe. Big same. At least it's not big same in my respect. But I will be relieved when you are no longer pulling 12 hours.
Yes, the sleepy times. Oh, sleep so many dream.
I I looked on Prime Day, and I looked on Steam sales, and I don't want anything. And that's the first time that things have stood out to me by their non-appearance. Or like not self-evidencing to me. Not a word, but we're gonna use it. I have a wish list of like 53 items. And nothing has like stood out to me like this is the time, this is when I should get it. I've been having my eye on Digimon Next Order for a long time, but I don't think I'm gonna touch it until it gets 75% off. And the lowest it's ever been is like 40. And it's not like I have a lack of games to play anyway, especially with Baldur's Gate 3 coming out, presumably in September. Armor Core coming out on the 25th. I'm probably not gonna play Starfield. I don't trust Bethesda. I wish I didn't feel that way, but I do.
I think that Starfield is going to be good. Once it's patched to absolute Christ, I do think that, and I'm not, it's not like this is a brave or controversial statement, but I do believe that Bethesda definitely takes advantage of their reputation, their self-inflicted reputation that their games are going to be buggy out of the gate. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't. Like, you know, they're at the helm of their own ship, and like, just because people buy it anyway is not an excuse that you have to lower your own standards. And I say that as kind of like pseudo copium because, you know, obviously the Pokemon Company behaves like that. Well, I guess Pokemon Company, you know, by association. Like, the Pokemon Company can definitely, or what is it, Game Freak? Whoever does it, whoever it is that's like the big dog that decides that yearly Pokemon releases or bi-yearly releases have to be the norm. I think that's definitely like a Halo type situation where the company that now has rights to Halo and is developing games for it can almost certainly give up the property to somebody else by now. It's like, I don't think that people will agree that Halo has been bad necessarily, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm a Halo head or anything. But like, there's definitely seems to be the overriding feeling among the Halo enjoyers that it could be better and perhaps should be like under the guise, under the watchful eye of another company. Same thing with, I mean, Star Wars has been released from EA hell now, but with a lot of good games that have come out under whoever it is that, you know, is now producing games for them, or games under that license. Multiple, I think. It's not Ubisoft that has developed and published. I'm gonna stop talking like I know what I'm talking about, okay? You didn't come here for that shit, for my game commentary. You just wanted me, you wanted to be here to watch me stab like hundreds of indigenous wildlife in the face with daggers over and over again, ad nauseum. Right? Isn't that what I've always been to you? Some kind of Final Fantasy XI thief dagger content harlot. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. I've become self-aware.
What you say?
Bruh, 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 bruh. Bruh, bruh.
Shame. Shame.
have to go soon. Want me to find a replacement? Is everyone else good for at least an hour? If not, we might want to break when Dami does. Alrighty, we can break when Dami needs to piece. So I have a running clause, not the Santa Claus kind. I mean like the, you know, self-imposed directive kind, where if somebody mentions that they have to go, I need to make sure that others that are in the party can give at least an hour from the time that the rep gets there, or the prospective rep rather, so that their time isn't wasted and they get at least a little bit of experience. In that case, I also let the rep know that they are in fact a rep, and that they you know, when people are told that they are a replacement for someone, that they themselves probably become cognizant of the possibility that they will only be there for like about an hour. But I've had, you know, that's completely cut out all the issues that I see happen with reps going into parties. Because like, nobody wants to show up and then see someone else, not who they're repping, say that they have to go. Like, do you need a rep? I'm gonna leave in like 5 minutes. I know I'm the white mage, but all I could find was this thief and Joy, right? It doesn't have to be like that. Like letting people know, or asking people ahead of time. The white mage has healed me. Those good combos. Okay, we got hate off of them. Very good. I do not have any means at my disposal of redirecting hate. What did the white mage use? Kiraga? All right, we're gonna sneak attack here to kill this crab as quickly as possible. I'm gonna wait until the ninja gets hate. Okay. 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 All right. Situation rebalance, dude.
Oh shit!
Oh man.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, it stops this carousel of issues where it's like this revolving door of replacements that are coming in to replace other people who are also happening to go, because the replacement that's coming in is expecting to party for at least a little bit, and then somebody who does not explain that they have to go suddenly says, I need to BRB, or I need to go away. My replacement is this person, and then that person comes in, and then you're waiting at least another hour out of courtesy to make sure that that person is taken care of, and so on and so it goes, leaving a subpar experience for everyone. No. No. Oh, it ate my weapon skill anyway. I hate that, dude. Oh no. Oh no no no. I'm gonna have to figure out a place for Deeps to sit that is not in the chat log, because sometimes people's chat are getting blocked by it. It was a good experiment though. That's for sure. Very happy to see that we are at 0 frames. Granted, after OBS decided of its own volition to disconnect, reconnect, for no other reason than it thought it'd be funny.
You suck.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna wait until it's a little bit more dead. 4% is good. Flee me. I stab, I jab. I pog, I wog. Nope, I'm gonna rest here. That was completely accidental. Has anyone played Stellaris in a while? I'm randomly thinking about it just now. Hey, Stellaris enjoyers in chat, current, at least within like the last month or so. I get into this like Stellaris binge section or session probably once every like 2 to 3 months. And I have not made the most of the expansions, and yet I keep compulsively buying them, but perhaps that's how they get you. But I, like, ever since Overlord came out, I think that's when the issue started. When Overlord came out, there was a lot of, like, nonsensical event interactions that were happening and AI breaking and stuff like that. Like, Paradox definitely had, or at least has, maybe it's still current, maybe it's still a current issue, a tendency of when their products are doing very well, or when their products are doing very well, they just release content at like an insane pace, seemingly without testing it properly first. Probably also, much like Pokemon, they believe that people will just buy it. And like a couple of new DLC bits and pieces have come out that I've almost let myself get interested in, but haven't really trusted it enough to do so, to like really dive in. Because like all the expansions on and after Overlord have been mixed. Maybe it's fine, but like I haven't like let myself look at the like the recent reviews, and that's an error on my part for sure. I need to trust and verify, or trust but verify. Let's get some more marksmanship skills in. I think I'm being a little bit too aggressive with the pulling. On reflection, it's tough to predict when these things are actually going to go down or get close to going down. But we're doing good. Even after the reset, we're still chilling above 8,000 experience an hour, which is for sure above average at this range. Although that said, maybe that is residual experience ring use that I'm seeing influencing. It's because I'm 53. I think I might be going a little bit too close on this one. I'm enjoying Thief a lot. Let me just say. Okay, that was perfect timing, literally. Ooh, we gotta level up. Bingo!
Oh my god!
Yay! In celebration of this, I'm going to run an ad break in 2 minutes, according to my schedule. It's not like anything crazy or interesting particularly is happening or expected to happen in the next 2 minutes, so just like see it as an opportunity to like get up, walk around, pet your dog, wash your cat, work on your crochet or your crochet, you know, pick up that interpretive dance project, pick back up that interpretive dance project that you put down all those years ago because you felt like you weren't gonna be able to make anything out of it. Trust me, in all the years that I've known you personally, you can do it, fam. You could turn that shit into a whole ass theatrical release way down the line if you put your mind to it. you know, provided that, you know, your networking skills are also up to par, because I imagine that you can't literally just like show up somewhere and become a household hit. I don't know how the entertainment industry works, even though I'm technically in it right now. I mean, that doesn't also explain how Ice Spice became as popular as she appears to be. Apparently you can't just like show up and start doing stuff and then people are like, oh my god, you're so good. Maybe I should start rapping. maybe I should start rapping. Ads are starting in 20 seconds. Ads are bad. They make me sad. They're not rad. I'm glad that you're all here. Have no fear. The Stoic's gonna appear. And I feel so great. I'm sure you can relate. Let's all get together and masturbate.
Oh, baby, it's triple. Oh, yeah.
Ads are apparently imminent. So maybe the ads are gonna save you from whatever I become. I don't think so, especially if you stick around. I don't know what she did to piss this thing off. Apparently I missed a window. That sucks for me. Here, we'll do this. And we'll roll around. I hate it here. I'm sub, so I still hear this. Maybe that is what the let subscribers still see ads check mark is for. Because if you can believe that shit, it's a choice. Who the fuck would take advantage or disadvantage? It would only be a disadvantage of the option to let people that are subscribed to you that paid it directly or indirectly with their own uncle. Oh my god, dude, my brain is melting. American Sam Uncle Dollars. To avoid that. So I still hear this. I get a break from you. You don't mean that. Come on, Hero-chan, Hero-kun. I know you don't mean that. Okay, so even if you mean that, you won't mean that forever. Okay, so you might mean it forever, but it might grow on ya. It's growing on ya. Ever since I was a little babby streamer and you popped in for the first time when I was, you know, basically like an unknown entity. You knew something was there. It's unimpressive if it's great. Mm-hmm. All right, we need to keep, like, we don't know how much time we have. We're gonna start using every part of the buffalo here and start crossbow bolting like an MF, because we're actually getting to the point where we can hit maybe 50% of the time with our crossbow bolts. To cancel freeze. It is very difficult to predict when this ninja is gonna blade run. I was visiting my folks and had just gotten into this and saw you advertised on the Horizon server. So that's at least one time where I have definitive confirmation, which is good, that people do go to that streaming list and actually watch stuff off of there. I don't know what the one-to-one is, or like what the ratio is on that of people that actually bother to visit from that bot specifically. I wish I had those kind of statistics, but that is very interesting to know. Even if you've only done it twice, that's still more than 0. It's very interesting intel. I don't know why, but I let that robber crab scare me, even if it wasn't any real threat to me. We also need to put shadows on so that we don't recreate our own downfall. Networking, listen, all the other friends. Lissa's streaming stuff seems to be doing really good. People seem to really like it when she does the Guild Wars 2 stuff, and she's really into everything that she plays, has really positive energy. Which reminds me, I've been bad, I need to start shouting people out. All the people that I'm gonna shout out right now are very worth following. And I'm not just saying that because I have to like them personally. From like an impartial third party that I'm going to insert myself in the mindset as, they're definitely worth watching. So Jukebox Hero is one. He is a mix of best friend and DJ who DJs for a lot of like Final Fantasy 14 clubs. I think they identify as clubs. Like it's like link shells that might be based around like certain locations. And by link shells I mean free companies. I know that link shells do exist, but I don't know their purpose in the Final Fantasy 14 universe. Regardless, he's very good at what he does. He's great at conversation, very interactive. You should follow him. I prematurely pulled that. I will be able to get shadows up to preserve my own life. We still have a little bit of time. Let's try to get a cheeky range attack on it. Never mind. I just like to mix music and people give me guild to do it at places in game. That's interesting. Like, so you're a paid DJ. That's very interesting to think about. I'm glad that that kind of like event exists, or that there's like a demand for that kind of thing. For sure, hard tapping into like the more social aspects of like the social MMO. Let's see. Shout out Lissa, Sheeta. Apparently I butchered it. Shout out Lissa, Ishida. Also worth following. She is a variety streamer that fits into all sorts of things, but trends towards Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 11, depending on the day. Extremely interactive, high positive energy, great vibes all around. Let me make sure that the Black Mage didn't say that they had to go. Okay, congratulations. White Mage is still good on MP. Shout out Yame Cat. Shout out Icy Caladrius. Shout out who else? DA Soccer 6. Shout out L.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands,
I really appreciate
they are yours
that.
now, and you are bound to them.
That filled me with all sorts of dopamine and a mix of other emotions that I definitely have, because I guarantee you I am human and I feel all the other, you know, whatever the fuck it is that's about to come out of my mouth. El Harabel, who is at least partly responsible for indoctrinating 3 or 4 people on entry into the stream by raiding as soon as like I became live. Greatly appreciate that. I missed my window. Sorry, I missed my window. I was distracted. I'll be good, I promise. That was very naughty of me. Ninja actually did their job. And here I am, spouting insane bullshit at a rapid pace. All the people I just mentioned are worth following and watching if you have not done so before. They each have their own unique personalities, character traits, interests, strengths, related to Final Fantasy XI that makes it worth watching at least an hour or two of their VODs, if nothing else. That was my fault too. I didn't see them use Ren. It's hard to know when they're going to do it, so I'm holding Penta longer than I want to. Yeah, the ninja is not consistent. If it were me, and it's not, obviously, but if it were me, I would be using Blade Rin at the start of every fight, because I understand that there is like a risk factor involved of waiting until like they're at least like 60 or 70% or so on, but there's been a good half of the times that we've had these things down to like sub 50% with freeze going off and truly overkilling by about 500 or 600 HP. It's not guaranteed, but there's probably just enough hate built into my kit and trick attacking off of the ninja that, along with provoke, should be able to keep the hate stuck on the nin. Maybe I'm putting too much faith in my own abilities, but it's also making it hard for the Black Mage to predict when they're supposed to be freezing, which they did mention a lot earlier.
Excuse me, bitch!
Hello, Game Tom Game. Shout out Game Tom Game. Game Tom Game is the cutie woodiest if I were to use Taruto parlance. I missed the opening again. That fucking sucks for me. Oh my god. Now that they're actually paying attention to when their TP is up, I'm missing it. How the turntables. Let's see how to range this fucking goes. Tom is extremely knowledgeable about all things Bard, and being a Tarataru, and Chocobo digging. So if you have any questions about any of those things, or if you just would like to bullshit about how great Tom is in his presence, which I do internally and don't do often enough externally, his stream is a great one to follow. He definitely deserves it. He is also very punny, which perhaps puts him in a weight class comedically that that perhaps is like it's like making me like weigh my opinion towards him more heavily than perhaps it should. True and real, your kind words are appreciated. And I already shouted out Yame before. I don't know if was there when I did it, but just in case, she is in every way but physical a kitty cat. She's extremely interactive with chat, which I appreciate and respect deeply. She's very fun to hang out and interface with. All in all, a top 20 kitty cat human hybrid. Okay, this time I'm not gonna fuck it up. Go ahead, do it. Ooh. Look at me doing the bare minimum of expectations of my job. I'm suffering on RNG in the dunes tonight. What kind of... do you mean like Ranger, or do you mean like random number generator? Like, for all I know, you could be like chocobo digging. Is it chocobo or chocobo? How do normal people say it? Ranger? What inspired you to do Ranger? And any reason is a good reason, I'm just curious. Besides the sick deeps? Don't matter to me. Taro and RNG gear is cute. It is funny to think about that they're basically carrying around a very small miniature model of like a 50 caliber sniper rifle. It's very funny to think about. It stops being funny when they start doing so well that they attract hate, because all it takes is like 2 solid hits or a weapon skill into a hit, which I have seen happen at least 3 times to Taro, instantly folding them like a wet blanket and and ejecting their innards across the environment. If that's too graphic for you, I'm sorry. That's just what happens. They shoot little toothpicks. That's right. Maybe someone that is more well versed in rangery can tell me, why don't I see people use guns more often? I've seen maybe 1 gun used in all the parties that I've had, where granted, maybe 5% of them, that's too much. Maybe 3% of them had a ranger in it. I know that the very beginner gun is shit. That it's bad and it should feel bad. But a lot of the other guns, like, fuck, like super hard. Is it just a cost thing? Because I mean, I know that you're, well, maybe it is a cost thing. Because in retrospect, if you're shooting every 5 to 6 seconds through the entire duration of a 2 to 3 hour fight, which is typical, or 2 to 3 hour party, that's probably like 24,000 gil per normal party, right? So maybe giving myself like this is the last chain, okay? Maybe giving myself like 2 seconds to think about it. Maybe that's the reason. Because I was spending those kind of numbers on Shuriken, if not worse. If not worse, if you can believe it. Alright, we're gonna need to start harvesting some marksmanship skill, because we're not gonna get many chances after this. And by many, I mean we're not easily. Everyone's always already thinking about what their next objective is. They're not paying attention, surely, to what I'm doing in public view. It's just me doing my job, just lowering defense. Here I go, lower the defense, doing my job. I don't have appropriate range weapon equipped. All right, let me grab another one. I've been without food for how long, Chat? Ever since I died? I don't think I think it's God, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. I've been foodless. I've been maidenless.
You are maidenless.
For 50% of the party. Oh, y'all need to yell at me, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? Cursory glance at the Dragoon. The Dragoon is a consummate professional. Has stayed eaten up this whole time. All it would have taken is me looking at my own buffs. Top left or bottom right, take your pick, self. Wyvern was dead for like 15 minutes earlier. Oh, do you have to use your 2 hour to summon him back? Or no, it's a job ability now. It's not a 2 hour, right? Your 2 hour is to consume the life force of your Dragoon to make yourself better than you would be if you had just left him out, question mark? Maybe you know better than I do. I don't really know why you would want to get rid of your Dragoon, even if it's for a relatively potent self buff. Like, is there a reason any like Dragoon stands in the crowd know why you would want to get rid of like basically what in essence is like a third of an extra party member at least? Gives me attack boost, HP back, resets all cooldowns to give me 3000 TP, I guess. I guess if it's like an emergency finisher type situation. I gotcha. I did not know that it gave you 3000 TP. That's new information to me. And good to know if I ever level Dragoon. I don't know the likelihood of me like leveling Dragoon in the near future, but that is good intel to have regardless in between. The mana font into the freeze to make freeze free is very good. Please Blade Ren. Please Blade Ren. There we go. God, dude, damn, dude, just in time. That even if that was even a second off, it wouldn't have worked. I love Dragoon, it's so fun. I actually really enjoyed Nin too. Good. So I'm sure that everyone has their own internal dilemma when they try to figure out what to name their dragon. Why did you choose, if I can fucking see it, Sasabi? Is it, and let me guess before you answer, is it because you thought of the word sussy? Because you were thinking about the critically acclaimed game Among Us? Is that right?
Hello? Is this Among Us? Imposter? Is this the imposter from Among Us?
The Black Mage is dead. How'd the Black Mage die? We can probably call it after this one. How'd the Black Mage die? What? This is a very TOS breaking angle for me. How did the Black Mage die? I mean, I know that their armor is made of tissue paper and lace, but they did way too much damage. Sounds right. Okay. This was a very good segue party. Like segueing back from 48 hours without partying. This was good. It definitely affected me more than I expected to not have partied on Thief every day, or to miss a day rather. But we did it. We did all right. Wasn't bad. I mean, we're pretty much gonna have to take a break anyway after, or we would have needed to take a break after this crap dies because everyone is tapped out for the most part. Alrighty, everyone did really good. Lot on whatever you want. I'll take AD2, thank you very much. Let me level sync off. And they are going to D2 me. Definitely enjoying Thief more than I predicted. Almost certainly I thought that it was going to be a job that I let die at 37. I have heard on the grapevine, i.e. Discord, that thieves, it's a rough time to be a thief if you're trying to do anything except for like level birds, level on birds after at or after 63, which is fine for me, although that's going to put me in a headspace that I found myself in disliking when I was on Eden and playing in Treasures of Ottergon, where people they go for what's easy, right? Which is like your curb, your oh my god, dude, I don't even know what the fuck kind of sound my mouth is trying to make there. Your cure burns, Black Mage burns, Summoner burns, and then the rest of like the normal quote-unquote party compositions focus on Calibri. And I got fucking sick of fighting Calibri over and over and over again. And I remember reaching out to one of the devs, or not, I had a conversation with one of the devs, rather. I didn't reach out to them directly. They just happened to chime in when I was talking about it. But in the Discord, I was like, I hope that they do something about the Colibri having their, like, reflect mechanic. I know it's not technically reflect, but essentially it's like reflecting, where they receive damage from something and then they take a copy of that spell and reflect it back, unless you're a blue mage or a summoner. Situations like that. I hope they do away with that, because it felt bad. It didn't feel good to exclude black mages from parties just because Colibri was what most people were focusing on, for better or worse, and black mages were like force regulated to doing anything but Colibri. Even summoners got, you know, the silent treatments, kind of, because people just didn't know or didn't care or didn't think about the fact that summoners could still use blood pacts without them being reflected back by Colibri. There's like black mages and summoners, and an unfortunate casualty just got yeeted. All right, we're gonna change the leader to Dami. I chose Sasavi because that's what my Dragoon was in vanilla way back when. Awesome. That's as good enough a reason as any, for sure. We're gonna send the mushroom market into a down spiral as hard as we possibly can, because there are too many mushroom stews that are on the market and people are starting to undercut like crazy. So it's time to become the Joker and go to the lowest common denominator. I wish it didn't be like that, but it do. At least I've made some amount of money on it, and I can fucking concentrate on some other aspect of the market while I wait for mushroom stew to normalize. Do I still have puffballs left? I don't. I'm probably gonna have to hold on to a stack of it just in case. So let me do that, and then we'll figure out what our next plan is. Although I will say that my voice is not giving out, and I'm not quite there yet, but I do feel as though puffballs, of course you'd fucking wake up upon hearing that, but you know, my vocal cords are reminding me that they exist, which means that I need to shut up for at least a few minutes. So what I'll do is I'll check the puffballs to see if they're at a reasonable cost, which I would personally describe as no more than 1,400 per. Puffballs. There they are. What are Persicos going for? 12,000. That's actually pretty good. 15,000. So how much is that? Calculator Chan, if you don't mind. 15,000 divided by 12. That's 1250 per puff, or puff, as they say in Dragon Quest Builders, when there's almost certainly an NPC out in the world that you can ask for puff, which, if you're not also familiar, means that the screen goes black, and that it is implied heavily that the NPC is putting your head between their digital boobs and going puff, 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 puff. Hey, Sparkles. I could sense you were around. I was gonna get ready to do this.
Yay!
Ooh, puffballs are crashing. 1,000. 900. Too many puffballs. Just please, I need all of the balls so I can put it in my stew. People love the balls that they put in their stew. They could not get enough of it, I assure you. I'll fucking buy all these if they're 1,000. This is called the long game. This is the GameStop play, where we're knee deep in the stonks. Buy low, sell high. Fine, puff. People are like, mushroom stews are selling and being made like crazy. I just need to get this shit out the door. All I have to do is wait for people to become impatient. And that might sound like an oxymoron, because mere moments ago, I had said out loud that I'm trying to crash the look at that beautiful auction house list, man. How many puffballs do I have? 21? We'll go for 24. We'll hold on to 24, and we'll also check the dance shrooms. But this is what fucking high-level cooking crafting is, man. It's causing insane breaches in the fabric of the auction house prices for foods that you want to get out of. That way, people that are way less patient than you are going to start undercutting the absolute Christ out of each other until the whole, you know, everyone involved believes that it's not worth investing into anymore. And then the moment that they give up, you start ramping the stock back up and selling it for arguably way more than it's worth. Puff is a staple in all Dragon Quest games. I have a stew pile. Are you? That's funny to think about. I just imagine you sitting on like a bunch of JPEG stew icons, like a dragon hoarding gold. All right, how many do I have now? Puffballs. All right, we have 24, and that should be good. I'm tempted to go even harder on it than that, but you know, it's a lot like gambling with Gil, and that if you all in just because you won once, you know, there is such a thing as overextending. Let's see. Dance rooms. Dance rooms. 8,000. That kind of sucks. That sucks real bad. Ideally, you would want dance rooms to be around 8,000. I'll wait until they come back down again. But this is a mentality that you got to put yourself into. There's fucking 200 king truffles. What? 80,000? You can fucking suck my butt.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
What are these prices? Like, I get that they're rare, dude. I get that they're uncommon.
Emotional damage.
80,000? Hi, Death. What does that even translate into? 80,000 divided by 12? 6,666. Try not to read into that. And they're selling for what individually? 5,000? What do you even make with king truffles that it could begin to make that worth it? Let's look, shall we? Hang on, you can't see what I'm seeing. Browser show toggle, cursory check to make sure that it's showing properly. Okay, let's look. King truffle. Truffle does not start with a D. Spaghetti that nobody makes, brain stew that nobody uses, slurry salad which is not implemented. So hedgehog pie and sea bass croûte, which is only used for guild point turn-ins for the most part. Hedgehog pie is an unambiguously good damage dealer food. It is the bigger brother of the rice dumpling, and that it's one of the only foods that gives you insane attack boosts along with a smidgen of accuracy. So if you're already at or close to or over 80% accuracy, you could reasonably eat like a meat food, especially like this, that gives you a little nudge even higher in your accuracy. But like buffalo meat and king truffles are the biggest ones here. But what are these even going for? Here, I'll take you, we'll go on a trip, okay? Let's go on a trip. Let's see what hedgehog pies are going for. There's 24 at the moment. It's 13,000 per pie. You can't see my calculator, but you know, just take it as read that I'm putting these in properly. So what? It's 5,000 for a king truffle, assuming that we buy them in singles, which we probably would, because 80k for fucking ingredient. Even if it's a stack of 12. King buffalo or buffalo meat. Is there any buffalo meat? There's no buffalo meat. Okay, let's see what buffalo meat was going for. 35,000. Okay, so 3,000 per plus 3,000, and then we'll just do a bunch of like bullshit numbers that I happen to know off the top of my head, which is like blue peas. I don't know. Let's look up blue peas. Blue pepes, as they're otherwise referred to. There's no blue peas. Let's see what a single blue pea goes for. 100. Okay, that's nothing. I don't even have to factor that in. I know lizard eggs are like 2,200 divided by 12. That's 183. Pie dough is like probably another, I don't know, if you buy it, 50 per one, another 50 for rock salt. Sandorian carrots, if you're lazy and don't go to the grocery store in Sandoria, is like 80 per carrot. Selbina butter, even though you should definitely make it yourself if you're at this level, because it's way too expensive. People are definitely taking good advantage of the fact that people are lazy, including myself in that description. But if you make it yourself, let's just assume that's another 80. Okay, so the actual ratios are good. And then what I consider as like a high-level cooking person, very eloquently put, Self, I appreciate that. You want at least 2K on each stack or thing that you're selling. So if it's like an individual product that gives you like 3 hours of benefit, you want to make 2,000 to 3,000 on that at minimum. Otherwise, you're trading, in my personal opinion, more time in collecting and combining and then reselling and so on than it's worth on something different. And that's why I typically don't make myth kebabs and fish kebabs and stuff like that, because like the variance is insanely high on those because people know that they're popular. But in this case, it looks like people that do sell it are making like 5K off of it. It's a huge amount of investment. So let's see when they actually sell. I'm hoping, I'm not hoping, I'm just volunteering this information, but I would like to imagine that this tirade that I'm going on is useful in some respect. Okay, so people are buying the absolute Christ out of this, so maybe this is worth making it in future. Maybe as like, just to be careful, maybe I only buy like 12 of each ingredient, because that's sinking like, easily 150K just sitting there on the auction house, hoping that you're not getting undercut. And that's booty, dude. That's straight booty, as they say. Okay. What I'm gonna do, chat, is I'm going to hit the snooze button that I have 3 times. What that means to you is that you're not going to get hit ads for an additional 15 minutes on top of the 22 minutes that we have, so that I'm not wasting your time and I'm actually taking advantage of what limited tools are available to me to improve your quality of life. So I'm gonna hit this 3 times. 1. Come on. 2. This is a really good song. 3. And I'm going to AFK for like a minute. I will be back in a minute. I just need to rest my voice and drink something because my mouth is unbelievably dry. And this is the least wet that my mouth has ever been in like 2 days. And trust me, it is normally chronically wet, dude, but right now it is not. So we need to rectify that. The wetness improves the quality. The quality of all the things that are going. Okay, I'm an AFK now. I'll be right back in 1 minute. Don't go anywhere, or if you do, I hope you have a great day, but please don't. I'll cry, and nobody, including myself, knows what that's going to sound like. BRB. Oh my god, I've broken my neck. Avert your eyes, chat. What the fuck happened? It's been running so good. So fine. Just give me a second. I didn't actually snap my own neck. Funny to think about, but did not actually happen. Okay, I do have my camera set to streamer mode. Much as it has helped me in this respect. I'm here, Mr. Camera. Can't you see me? Come on, bud. Maybe if I set it to tracking quality 3. More accurate than level 2, it says. We'll see about that. Okay. It apparently thinks that my face is now upside down. That's okay. I don't care as long as it works. It's being a little sussy, but that's okay. There is a chance that when it behaves like this, that it is going to horrifically disfigure my body if I reach for my cereal. And spoiler alert, I have cereal, and it is cinnamon toast crunch rolls. And you might be wondering to yourself, although I'm sure that you partake of it regardless, but if you don't know what it is, it's literally little cinnamon rolls as a cereal, which is probably one of the most American things that I purchased for my own personal consumption. If there's any nutritional value in it, I don't know what it is. I could not tell you, but whatever it is going in my body. And before particular people ask, I did get this in a store. Maybe not like, for just as like a freak example, maybe not in like the Asian supermarket that you're used to, but oh, hang on, I'm not back. Oh, my neck is still snapped. I upset it. Maybe if I set it to like tracking level 1. No, that's not actually going to help it. It helps it if it's on a higher tracking level. Camera on. Camera initiate. Nope, neck's still broken. Okay. Okay, let's do this. New strategy. Let's see if there's Discord people on. We're gonna go into Discord. Ready yourselves, everyone, to socialize. When we go into this Discord, you all have to be normal. Okay, I know as hard as it is for all of us, just be the most normal human being that you possibly can. Like, be overtly normal. Okay? That we practiced this in our group sessions. We should be able to do this. Just say some great grain cereal with raisins, pecans, and dates. That sounds actually incredible. And probably infinitely more healthy than whatever the fuck it is I'm consuming right now. Okay, be ready to be normal. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
What's up, son?
Hi. It's chat, how do I be normal?
You're ugly, you are disgusting, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh no. The infection has spread into Discord.
Look at what Sith has done. Look at the soundboard in here.
Where do open soundboard? Probably the dedicated open soundboard button. Oh, it's got icons too. I appreciate that the splash emoji is the bust.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
This is too much power. There's a Discord sound, an air horn.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh no, dude.
Another one.
I don't know about you, but I muted the Discord soundboard roughly the second time Stoic entered the voice chat I was in. The funny thing is you can mute it, but it still doesn't stop Stoic.
It's true. Yeah, no, mine hails from a greater power. It's too powerful
I know
to
he
stop.
has his own soundboard, which is why I have covered the bases I can.
Asking for a
That
friend.
means like I
to deal with the rest.
Oh, go ahead.
If I did want to mute it, how would I do that?
You open up the soundboard and there's like a little soundboard volume, and you could put it all the way to 0.
Okay, I want to lower it just a little bit. 70%. Let me see what that looks like in my OBS. How are you, fellow humans?
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Okay, so nominal is what you're saying to me. That's pretty good. That's a good. Hang on, I need to keep testing. 75 is probably a sweet spot.
Fucking day change.
Oh yeah, okay, I gotta mute that fucking thing. God damn it.
No, I'm just testing. I'm just testing. I'm done. I'm done.
Lost your fucking privileges.
I was testing. Are you gonna? What is this, like SpaceX, where we just like launched off the pad just because it's funny?
Yep.
Okay. Valid.
I've been enjoying it. I'm trying to get enough buttons in there so I don't have to use my real voice and I can just communicate through the soundboard.
So stoic.
Dude, that's a pretty sorry end
soundboard.
state. I'm eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch Rolls. Surely you all have heard of it.
I've never had them. I've never seen them in a grocery store.
Like a cinnamon roll, but cinnamon toast crunch powder.
I will say that my body is acutely aware that I should not be putting this in it.
Are you in pain? Are
No.
you okay? Do we need to
No,
call
I can
911?
I can feel my heart rate increasing though.
Violence. Violence will be ensuing.
Is it diabetes or?
Maybe.
Diabetes.
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 1 out of
do you
10
have that?
dentists recommend it.
Oh no! What the fuck?
And that one makes all his fucking money off of implants.
So you're telling me there's one dentist out there that's approving what I'm doing?
I bet there's one dentist
gotta
that
be one.
is. They've got to be near that grocery store that you go to buy all of this sugar-laden food, and they probably approve it so that they could maybe one day replace all your teeth. Yep,
A long
I'm gonna
con.
start- Oh my god, my cat loves my macros being spammed. Look at him.
I mean, I imagine that there's one dentist out there that should not be licensed. That was like,
Dude.
well, you know, sugar for your teeth probably is the same as exercise for your muscles, in that your teeth will repair themselves because they're, you know, they're organic technically, so they'll build back the enamel stronger.
Enamel
that's how that
cannot be built back. What?
Totally.
what?
Totally.
Or Stoic's like a shark and he just has constantly replacing rows of teeth.
I wouldn't be shocked. Or like a bunny, you know, like bunnies and like certain rodents, their teeth just continuously grow. So they have to like have something hard to chew on so that they could shorten their teeth so that they fit in their mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that. And all the human teeth that I've collected, they've all been roughly the same.
Bruh. Thank you. Where is this guy?
Okay.
Zoom trademark.
I finished my
How's your
cereal.
cereal? 10 out of 10?
Too slow, KRO.
It was okay. It's definitely a thing that I should only have for self-preservation reasons, like once every week.
That's too much, I think. Once
I have a whole
week.
box of it.
Too much.
Okay, I have unsnapped my own neck. Let's go.
You're good? Are you alive again?
I think so. Hello?
Don't leave me, cat.
There I am.
Oh no.
How many stews are you sitting on?
Oh, hold on, I'll look in my satchels. I'm moving a cat, sorry. Okay.
Okay.
My cat was trying to join my party. Hold on, let me look. In my satchel I still have the witch stew and 2 the mushroom stews. And in my safe, hold on, let's do find all mushroom. It says I got 2 in my storage, 2 in my satchel, and 1 witch stew. So I got 5 in total.
Nice.
Just haven't
Pretty
been using
prepared
them
then.
Yeah, I haven't been able to use them because it's like, when am I on my red mage for 3 hours anymore? Like, doing stuff actively.
Start getting those sky farms in.
I do need freaking merits. How many do I have? I have like 6 merit points that I need to spend on something, and like halfway to the 7th.
Oof.
What would you spend them on?
Everything.
Probably like MP or something. Or if I was dedicating them for my job, it would be reducing the fucking convert timer. Like, that shit is so dumb.
Yeah.
How much does it shave off? Like 10 seconds?
I don't know. Let me see.
Usually it's like 10 seconds of merit.
It says shortens recast time by 20 seconds.
Okay, that's more in line with what I expected because it's like a 15-minute timer, right?
It's awful. They increased it for Horizon. Let me see.
That they were like, well, now we're gonna give them parity with white mages by giving white mages like a mini convert, except you're just converting a very small amount of health to give somebody else MP.
Yeah.
Yeah, how long is devotion?
10 minutes.
Okay, well, convert was 10 minutes, but now it's 13 minutes in Horizon, so.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, it's a very odd number, and then there's also the merits are what, like 12 seconds, you said?
It says 20 seconds, but it's like, over here it says reduction per merit reduced from 20 seconds to 12, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually that or what is in here.
So
'Cause if
the
it's...
wiki says, for Horizon, says they changed it because it has that little fucking Horizon link pearl. They changed it to 12 seconds per upgrade.
Yeah, but when I'm viewing it, literally in Horizon, it still says 20 seconds, so they need to fix that shit, homie.
Yeah. Oh, no,
I think
I'm
that
tracking. I'm with you on that one.
They copied and pasted from the classic Final Fantasy VII wiki. I don't know that for sure, but that's my impression. Who also, the classic Final Fantasy XI wiki was itself copied and pasted, at least in part, from like the retail wiki. So it's just coming full circle.
Yep, you just had to go back to the 2007 era pages or whatever.
Return to Monkey.
Yeah, that was the trick on Eden before Eden wiki blew up. Let's go back to like November of 07, I think it was, on the wiki.
What are y'all doing?
Holding hands in a circle.
Yeah, leveling
Can
sub job, and then
Can I also join the circle?
No.
If I was, because I'm a jerk, would it be a circle jerk?
Sir?
Excuse me, bitch!
That's a ton of warp cudgels. Did you catch that, Boston? I only have 5. And it means I literally never have to be concerned with warping from anywhere. There's no restriction on my behavior. All it costs me is way more gold than it's arguably worth.
Man, I'm sweating like wasting 1 fucking inventory slot on 1. I can't imagine having like more than 1.
I did debate buying multiple pairs of powder boots, but I figured that there was some kind of red line there that I shouldn't cross.
What are powder boots?
They give you the flea
I think. Yeah.
for 30 seconds, 20 uses, once every 10 minutes. If the Thief AF feat that give you the flea extension work with the powder boots, hands down, you're gonna see me in the the shoe center in Juneau trying on them kicks.
I wish there was a shoe center. Is it wrong for me to say, can we convert the one in Upper Juneau, the church in Upper Juneau, to be just a shoe store?
I probably would have started with all the other shops that people don't go into.
We need all those shops.
Before trying to convert the religious center.
Yes,
to
convert
a
it
shoe
to a
store.
shoe store, please. Please?
Yeah, it's true, Vossen. I've run out of warp cudgels at least 2 or 3 in the last, like, 48 hours. I just had to buy 3 to replace them. Easiest 60k I've ever spent. What do you even sell here? They sell hose? Not that kind. The pants kind. Level 36 for a mean 24,000. Wool hose, not that kind, for 40 at level 48 for 57,000. Like who would buy this shit? Actually, that's not true. I did buy a wool hat from the NPC here because at the time that I was doing the Mog Safe expansion quest, it needed a wool hat for some fucking lore reason.
Mog's Kind Master, is that you?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I bought it for 11k, man. Boston, you'll be able to earn a lot more. All you have to do, it's an easy step. All you have to do is open up a only Galka account, which consists almost entirely, typically, not that I would know, it's only what I've heard, of crushing things with your abs and or your butt cheeks. Depending on, you know, if you're going into like the dark link shell side of of Horizon, it may consist of, you know, seeing Tartarus crush. Very, very illegal. Very sad. But, you know, some people are into that, apparently. I just eat Tartaru. I don't like to see them suffer at all. Dead silence, I love it.
Please don't do that to them.
Just keep selling distilled water. It was a gift for Mog's aunt that lives in cold places. I could see the rationalization. Tom, you get a pass. Because you and I have the key is reminding me that you are a sentient being, because all I see is food. I'm like a velociraptor, man. When I see a Tarataru, I'm like, that's basically like the government doesn't want you to know this, but this is like free baby back ribs.
What?
Just
stop,
wait to
dude.
happen.
Why, man?
Okay, I'll stop.
Can't you just leave them alone? They're already small, dude.
They fucking love snacks.
The Tarus?
Yeah.
I hope so. They look like they could eat.
What are the chances of a healer being out there? Before I do anything, let me. What is even an option in this experience points bracket? Before I look into that, let me see what Eco Warrior Bastock is like. Because I'm locked into it. I don't have a choice.
Sad.
Guzkin Mines? I already hate it.
I don't like that fucking place. I also get super lost there. the freaking maze one was super easy. There's like a straight path to it.
What the fuck is this? At the first four-way intersection, go west, then go north, continue north.
Just look at the map.
Camp on the western side, clear the way to east. Sound aggro, slime NMs. They use a strong version of fluid spread. This is a common cause of wipes. Jesus. Okay. It's Sandy's worse? How would Sandy be worse? I didn't look at it. That said. Oh, the run? Like the Ordell's Caves run? I hate that place. It's like an underground version of Castle Ostroja. Thank you. We'll take some Galka back ribs. Could probably party in Western Altepa Desert. Although there's a not small chance it's probably already taken. The camp. Or camps. Search West Altepa. Okay, the 43s is not it. There is likely one.
Hey, that's
party
pretty good.
there. Maybe. It looks like there's only 3, so they might be grouping up. Welcome back, Hero. Yeah, we'll go scope the Hero. Do you want to do more partying, or do you want to break from Final Fantasy 11? Imagine Dragons. Gonna go work on your hardcore character. I respect that.
Yeah, sometimes we do.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm stupid. I have an Altepa ring. Why would I give in to the White Mage Cartel? Telling me where I can or cannot go. Oh, I can't equip it. Fuck me. Scarva. Fine. Kazats it is. Monk to 20, then run a Juno. Just hit 19. You're making pretty fast progress, and you got your sub job, right? We're at 18, Monk at 19. I mean, in your heart of hearts, you're at least a level 69. Tonberry stabbing a Sandorian flag emote in here. Okay, let's positively flood this with a shaking Bassock symbol that you can see if you have better TTV active. Windurst is fine. Sandoria is also okay. I don't know between the two, like, both of them are too green.
You ready?
I am ready.
What are you guys doing?
Stuff.
Stuff? You're not even gonna tell me? That's frick. Does nobody else see how fucked this is?
We've been suffering for hours, homie, okay?
On what? Are you still trying to get the Moldavite earring? You already got it, didn't you?
freaking Sith got one too. He got his on his second drop. Can you believe that?
What was yours? Number 13?
No, it was the 4th one, or was it the 5th one? Hold on, let me see my chart. It was out of 4, but I had camped him 13 times before I had to start camping it for freaking Seth. And for most of them, he took the full 30-minute duration to pop.
It is crazy to me that it's not 100% drop rate, because every time I've gone for it, I'm not rubbing salt in the wound, I'm just saying.
Bruh.
It was like seemed like 100% drop rate.
No, it's like 25% or something like that, but yeah, like I guess it's a 25% because I got it in 1 and 4. I'm just unlucky, I don't know.
I learned, well, I was reinforced today that when you want something in this game is when it decides not to give it to you. Because I remember fighting, and even made a Link Shell event out of hunting for the Carbuncle Ruby. And I did not get mine until like 2 hours of farming in. Now granted, I only had TH1, but still, 2 hours is really, really uncomfortable. It's like, it's just, you want to unlock the fucking job, right? It's like, it's going to be a roller coaster just getting the elements. And then today I was just leveling up marksmanship, not giving a shit, killing leeches outside of Dogfoot Tower. And on my 4th kill on a leech, I got the ruby.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
Another day, another slay. Period.
It's like, it's like, why would it be like this? If this camp is taken, I don't know what the likelihood is that we're going to stay on stream. I want to make sure that I have as many people as possible before I inject you like a living virus into the body of like another streamer's stream. Why do I talk like this? Why am I like this?
I think it's fun for you.
It is fun for me. I do enjoy it. It's a fucking beast burn. All right, chat. I really appreciate you coming out and being here. We might, no guarantee, we might be doing a stream tomorrow. If so, it's going to be at the regular time. It might possibly be a little bit later. It depends on when I'm finished engorging myself, which is the only appropriate word that I can think of on Chinese buffet food. If not, I'll see you on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, your regional equivalent, the Year of Our Lord 2023, in-game 1420. I'm not just saying it for the 420 part. I think that's literally what the year it is in-game. Let me find another individual to send you all to. And whoever it is that I send you to, make sure to show them the same love and affection that you show me. We'll send you over... We'll send you in order of lowest. So we'll send you over to Sparkles. We sent you over to her last time, but it's not like she doesn't deserve the views, right?
She deserve it. She deserve it. She's got big eyes.
She does, and she is a wonderful human being, and I highly recommend that you follow her. Her positivity is infectious, and as a chronic, like, dead insider, it does breathe new life into this iron shell of mine. So she can have that effect on me. Just imagine what she could do for you. Besides, ads are going to start in 90 seconds, or in like a minute. So I'm going to send you over there. Bye. I'll see you possibly, no guarantee, possibly tomorrow or Friday. Bye. Want to do it and press a button? Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, goodbye. Have a good one, bye. Don't forget to follow me if you like to spy.